How you doing, Marcel? Just about to start. All right. So hopefully everyone had a good day. I forgot to even put it in the comments, but it's going to be more of a late night T8 session. It's nice and cool in my room, and my knee's been killing me today, so it's nice to lay back, have the AC on, have my dog laying next to me, and we're going to have an in-room session, I guess, or in my room. Hey, Kev311, glad you made it. So no, usually these are in my office, but I've had a pretty crazy day. So how'd the court go today? Yeah, it was, it could have been, I don't want to say better, it's just going to be drawn out. It's just small town, drama. But it's looking like, the lawyer that we went through is recommending that we actually take the police officer and our neighbor to file secondary charges, because they pretty much got proved in court that there was no police report whatsoever. Like, there was not, I say no police report, there wasn't even an incident. And this neighbor, she's just been trying since January of this year to extort us for money. And I don't know, she took it too far this time. She claimed her dog was bitten, but she has no pictures, no vet bills. It's just a really drawn out process. And now she filed a fake police report, and it's just crazy. And now the lawyer, I guess he has information that the cop and the girl are best friends, which is our neighbor, and that we should go after them both. So I don't know. I hate court, but it looks like, so we literally have well, I know we have two for sure, but we have 2 court appearances just in the next 3 months. So in it to win it. What indicators would you use on TradingView Pro if you don't have Market Cipher? So if you don't have Market Cipher, AggroCap, I traded for them for years and I did great. So what I would recommend is you would want your MACD. You'd like to have your volume, and probably your RSI as well. But for sure, you really want your MACD. Alright, so just getting stuff set up here. I just moved my stuff into my room real quick. So we're going to start out by identifying our environment like we always do. So we're going to get this off of here. Can I get a sound check, guys? How's the background music doing, compared to my voice? Is the volume low? Are we good? I just want to make sure, because it's always the same in my headphones, no matter what. Yeah, no problem. In it to win it. But yeah, you for sure, you want your MACD, your volume, and your RSI. But if we could get a sound check before we start. All good? Alright. Good deal. Okay, guys. So, before we ever think about starting a trade, you have to identify the environment that you're trading in. It's very, very important. So I know our daily hasn't changed much. So we're gonna go to our 4-hour. And it looks like my mouse is crapping out again, so we're gonna have to go back to the pad today. So you can see we have falling bullish momentum on the 4-hour. Even though if you look at this right shoulder here, do you see how we're kind of poking out here? It's looking like, here, I'm gonna unplug my mouse real quick. It's looking like we're trying to form a little shoulder over here. That we're trying to build that next wave. Let's try that. Let's see how that works. So right now we're kind of building on this little this right side right here. We'll see how far she can get. We're just gonna have to be patient. So if we keep moving over, kind of can see it on the 2-hour as well. We had our little dip, and now we're just we're eking out this right shoulder. Let's see, we're just gonna have to be patient with this. So we did have a slightly higher high and bearish momentum from this, but the trend as a whole, that could have been this little sell-off we had earlier today, because we're still having lower levels, compared to the your anchor blue wave per se. So let's go to our 30-minute. Our 30-minute, you can tell we're definitely building some here, bearish momentum, but we're just peeking our head to the upside here. These are the closer time frames, so these are honestly going to be the ones we're going to be watching like a hawk today. For the simple fact we are in a bearish trading environment on the longer time frames. So if we can get a hint of a lower high and bearish momentum on this stream, that could be a good indication to short. So you can tell here on the closer time frames, we are starting to build some positive momentum, like on the 15-minute, the 5-minute. So the 5 and the 15 are turning bullish right now. But I don't get too stuck up on those, just because the higher time frames always have more say in your direction. But if we can get a somewhat equilibrium between the indicators, between the time frames, we can get a head start, because a lot of times if you wait for the 4-hour or the 2-hour to show you your play, chances are your optimal entry's already been missed. So what we're going to be looking for is if we can see falling momentum, if we can see lower levels of bullish momentum on the shorter time frames, because our longer time frames are bearish, that's going to be our indication to short. Hey Gabe, yeah, I appreciate it. That's honestly why we're on the start screen so much, because I'm sharing it in our Discord, I'm sharing it on Twitter. It just takes me a minute. And for some reason, YouTube doesn't let me see I'm live to share until I've been live for I don't know what's going on. But YouTube doesn't give me I can't share it for like the first minute and a half, 2 minutes that I'm live. So that's why I try to let you guys know, like, we're not going to just sit on the start screen, for 20 minutes or 10 minutes, but it takes me about 5 minutes to get it shared on Discord and Twitter. So we have we are trading in a bearish environment, but the shorter time frames are definitely pointing towards, they're looking like the bulls are trying to pull something off here, but we'll see. So if you were here for our morning stream, we were sitting right in this area, just above 10,300. And this is why I told you I wasn't going to open up a scalp and go to court and come back. Because chances are, we would hit this support box, and by the time I got back, we'd be already up. And honestly, if you're just trying to scalp a $50, $80 move, you should probably be, that's why scalp trading is what it's called. It's getting in and getting out. It's not really something you want to get into a position and sell 3 hours later or 4 hours later. Scalps can be minutes, depending on how you're trading it. But you can see we did have our dip. We bounced off. Seriously, we bounced beautifully off of our support box. I haven't changed anything. but we bounced beautifully off of our support box, and you know, now we're making our move. So next thing we're gonna do, I'm gonna check our comments real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. So you never long in a bearish environment. I mean, if the overall time frames are, I mean, if we can see a reversal, like in the bearish momentum, like the bull, like if we're in a bearish environment, but the bears are losing steam, that's what Market Cipher is really good for on Market Cipher B. You know, like here, you had your big downturn, but if you look from here to here, this was a great scalp. You would have bought from 10,200, you know, into the 10.4s, 10.5s. You know, this was a nice red candle to the downside. Even though you're in a bearish environment, you're having lower levels of bearish momentum. You know, like another good example would be, let's see, like even right here, you had a major red candle to the downside, but if you look at this, you're overall bearish, but then look at this, you're showing two. You have this little right shoulder and then this farther one that's separate from it. This was your indication to long. So when you're in a bearish environment, that's why I said we're going to be looking for, we're either going to see the bulls running out of steam or we're going to watch for the bears to keep building. So we're going to be patient. We're going to watch. Our longer time frames are definitely bearish though. Hey A1 Star Stud, how you doing? How you doing, Marcel? So if you were home, yeah, if I had I mean, looking at this 15-minute, no, I would not have longed this because there's no confirmation. Well, at least on the 15-minute, there's no confirmation here. If you look, each wave is getting bigger and bigger. Let's see, is our 5-minute showing anything? I mean, even this right here, guys, you're still showing slightly higher levels of bearish momentum. When Market Cipher doesn't confirm its own calls, you're taking a little bit more bigger risk. Because if you're using Market Cipher and you see a green dot, you want to see something like here, the 1 hour is perfect. You showed your green dot, right? You had a little push to the upside. And then look at this. This was your indication. Here. So like here, you got your green dot on Market Cipher. You had a little pump to the upside. You went back down. This was your confirmation right here. When you made this much of a lower high and bearish momentum, this was your key to buy. I mean, shoot, I didn't even see it. You also have another one right here. It's really small. You can't see it. The red's kind of hiding it. There is a blue wave right here, guys. It's in the red. This was also your indication. And then when you originally sold off those gains, your next play would have been this one. So let Market Cipher confirm itself. It's a great indicator, and when you can have both things on the same page with each other, you're generally going to have a very good trade. Hey 123 Rabbit, how you doing? Just want to make sure I get everyone in. But yeah, thank you, you know, between Twitch and YouTube, thank you for everyone that's here. You know, it's a Monday night. You guys could be doing anything. Fingers crossed we'll get some volatility. Maybe we'll get some plays tonight. But I started the stream about an hour early. We usually start at 8 o'clock, which is, I guess, 9 p.m. Eastern time, wherever you're from. But, you know, unless we get another push like we did last night around this time, I'd really like to get an early cup of coffee stream in, you know, towards, you know, I don't know if I'm going to start right at 5 in the morning, but I really want to catch that handoff. We're basically giving the market to Asia now, and I want to see when they give it back to us at like 5, 6 in the morning. So the screen's blurry? I don't know. I'm not sure. 123 Rabbit. Is your guys' screen blurry? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know I'm in my room. I'm not on my Ethernet, but I don't know if my computer would mess. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? I'm not sure the Ethernet has anything to do with like the graphics. And since I've transferred to Brave browser, I've had way less issues.
Way back into time.
But you can see now, though, we're at about 10,330. We're just ping-ponging between. We're going to have to break these boxes eventually. So the next thing we're going to do is let's look at our AggroCap V1. We're going to start with our 3 hour. Alright. So you threw a nice short signal here at like 10,000, just below 10,600. Actually had a nice ride all the way down to 9,800. And you can see here, let's get this out of the way. Let's get this bigger. Our resistance line is right at the bottom of our box here. And that's sitting right at about 10,580 on the 3 hour. So let's go to our more short term. I'm telling you, the V1, I mean, the 3 hour's been great too, but the V1 5 minute and then the V2 scalper, the 1 minute, it's been absolutely insane with the calls today. I mean, honestly, it's been great the last couple days. Like yesterday was a scalping machine when we were just going up and down, up and down. But you threw your short signal here at 10,360. We went all the way down to about 10,150. We threw our long signal or a swing, whatever you want to call it, at 10,275. You know, we went all the way up to almost, 10,004. And so right now, and this just shows you how good it is. We actually wicked right off of it. Well, I say that it just made a little notch lower. So if we break below this, I want to see if we flip to because obviously the scalp played out perfectly. If we can close under this green line, I want to see it flip short. We'll see. I'm not really leaning bullish now, so I'm not so sure I want to see this hit and then bounce to the upside. I wouldn't be shocked at all to actually see this just break below and flip short. F5 worked, cleared now. Awesome. The V1. The V1 is our AggroCap indicator. Honestly, I think it's amazing to use with Market Cipher. But it comes with it's just called, like, the first indicator is called V1. It comes with the 5 minute and then the 3 hour. It's just amazing. The 5 minute, I don't know what's better, the 5 minute V1 or the 1 minute V2 scalper. I'll show you the V2 here in a second. But if you honestly, I haven't even really been using Market Cipher A. I've just been using Market Cipher B to identify my environment. And then I use, honestly, between V1 and V2 on the AggroCap indicators, it's been amazing. It's just been killing the calls here. So you can see here. Let's see. Yeah, we're on the 5 minute. Let's check our scalper tool. See how our scalper. Let's see how it's done today. This one's meant to be used on the 1 minute. All right. So this one, you threw your buy at about 10,310. We went all the way to 10,004. The V2 1 minute is just amazing for like $40 to $80 swings. Like, if you really like scalp trading, this is definitely this is one I think a lot of scalp traders would like. But once again, the 5 minutes kind of showing the same thing. If we can break and close below this green line, I want to see if we flip short. Market Cipher is short right now. But it looks like the bulls are trying to, kind of switch the momentum up a little bit. So let's see. But this thing has just been on it like crazy. You can see how you had your short signal here. We threw a short at roughly 10,350. We went all the way down to 10,150. But it's just, man, it's really insane how well, AggroCapital complements, Market Cipher. It really is crazy. We actually have some guys in our Discord that are using it, and they seem to be having really good luck with it as well. See, yeah, our 3 hours still right at the bottom of our box here. Watching you while at the gym. Hey, well, that's dedication there. My leg wasn't so screwed up. I try to go to the gym, but hey, Scory, your goals, and Mad Money Mike 1. Thank you for the follow on Twitch. But no, it's been fun watching this thing. That's why I'm hoping we can actually get a call tonight, so we can actually do a live trade. Because I know the others in our Discord that are using it, I know they've been taking advantage of these scalps the last couple days, and so what we're watching for now is if we're gonna break below 10,312. But no, and that's why, I'm really honored to have AggroCapital as one of our admins. We actually have it in one of our, our Patreon packages. Like if you wanted to try it, on a month-by-month basis, and you get like all of the benefits that come with Patreon. Because Patreon's really more, because it's really hard to try to explain advanced scalping techniques to people that have just came into crypto. So I have the Patreon out there for, it's more or less like the second and the third tier are more or less for people that are trying to not just buy and hold. It's more or less actually trying to trade and scalp, because that's what I do for a living. I've done it for years now. I've been full-time crypto since January 2017. And I've been, I haven't been in the stock market for a few years, but I started in 2014, right after high school. I graduated in 13. But no, scalp trading is, that's what I learned from my mentor, and that's just something, it's something I really enjoy doing. I mean, it's literally, it's what I do for a living right now. So, and I've done it for, about 2 years now. And that's scalp trading, cryptocurrency, just crypto. I dabble with stocks here and there now, but, crypto's just, crypto just seems to be where the most volatility and the money's at. And not just these indicators, but, we also teach the regular free tools. Especially, that's why we have a lot of the beginner, a lot of this not Patreon, but the regular Discord. I've been so busy with the streaming and stuff, I haven't had time to start. But we are going to do an educational series for like pretty much basic beginners. So you can learn the MACD, the RSI, the volume, the Fibonacci retracement, and how to come up with all these. Because when you have all these indicators, it can get very, very confusing on how to come up with a trade setup or what to take with all this information. But, we also do stuff like, this trading. It might look fancy here on the screen, and we could go old-fashioned even without indicators. But trading is 20% technical and 80% psychological. You have to curb the FOMO and control the greed. It's very, very important with cryptocurrency. Fees are eating you. What percentages are your scalps? I had it in a... I actually tore my meniscus in an injury in the weight room. And I just haven't had... Honestly, I lost insurance a few years ago. And at first it wasn't bad. But it just got progressively worse. And now it's to the point my last appointment, I have 50% of the cartilage gone in my knee. And so it's been rough. What percentages do you exit your scalps? That's the thing though, we're not a percentage. We don't just close when we're up a certain amount. That's why we talk about support and resistances. We come up with our support boxes, we come up with our resistances, and generally we sell once we get close to our resistance area. You know, that's why, like before we went off stream today, we talked about if you were opening a short, you definitely want to think about closing at this support line or this support box, and it played out perfectly. If you took this short, you definitely made a quick profit. You went from roughly, you know, 10,350 to, you know, it looks like we actually hit 10,150 on it. So you roughly had about $100-$200 drop. If you, like, that's why I base all my trades on support and resistance levels. I don't just close at a certain percentage point. I'm gonna get this real quick. So right now we're basically just being patient. We're trying to see if we can get, if we're gonna get a lower high in bearish momentum or a lower high in bullish momentum. I mean, right now the longer time frames are most definitely bullish. I'm sorry, the higher time frames are definitely bearish right now. So we're going to watch the lower time frames. We already know what the environment we're trading in. Once we get a whiff that this little bull bounce is over, we're going to capitalize in short. But vice versa, if we can see the bulls are trying to build and they start flipping the lower time frames and they start carrying on to like the 1 hour, that might be an indication, especially because we have our support area right here. That'll be our indication to, you know, to possibly long. The daily is not bullish. I mean, you could say you're still bullish because you're technically lower than this. But your right shoulder is most definitely larger than your left. What is your opinion on Kite Stream last night? I mean, if you didn't see me in the chat, I fell asleep. I take a Benadryl and melatonin cocktail every night to go to sleep. I say cocktail, it's just a joke, but I take melatonin and Benadryl every night. You know, he does have a unique of trading. I've never heard of it before. I don't really know how I would incorporate the Charlotte's Web, his like what, you know, whatever that, I call it the psychedelic mushroom pattern, you know, whatever you want to call it. It's a, you know, honestly, I mean, I hope, you know, what we're here to promote, whatever you guys, whatever strategy that you use or method to help you grow as a trader or that helps you be profitable, you know, we're going to embrace it. That's why we have a community. If we can have a bunch of like-minded people that are pro, they love cryptocurrency, they're passionate in what they do, but we all have different methods between us, we can have an amazing community. So it's not like you have to trade this way or you're wrong. It's definitely not like that. So, the only thing that I worry about, though, is I notice he kind of sticks on the really, really low time frames. And that's something I had to learn when I was younger. You can make pretty nice money on the lower time frames. But, even DCAing on the lower time frames, it can get you in trouble. It can definitely get you in trouble. That's why every stream, we always start out by looking at the daily, the 4 hour, and we'll just go down. Because you always have to identify the environment that you're trading in, or you can really get yourself in trouble. You really can. So, but no, he seems to have a strategy that works for him. So, that's great. Not everyone's going to trade this. Not everyone's not going to trade the same. You know what I mean? Different strategies, different flavor, whatever you want to call it. He just has his method's just quite a bit different than mine. I'm more of an old school trader. My mentor was old school. I've just kind of embraced it to spend a lot of time like pin-pricking lines together. And I just had terrible eyesight, just to be completely honest with you guys. So, for me, I like nice, clean charts. I want to be able to look. Let's get our indicators off. When I look at a chart, I want to see you have your supports, you have your resistances. If we wanted to come out here on the daily, let's get this up. If we wanted to, we could sit here and, we did it earlier on our stream today. We have our Fibonacci retracement. I'm just a more old school type of trader. I like the standard indicators or tools, whatever you want to call them. But I don't stick on the low time frames. Yes, I like for scalping. I can use the lower time frames like the 5 minute or the 15, but it's all different for everybody. Opinion on trading on shrooms? That's another thing my mentor taught me growing up. It's nothing like against people that like do drugs, but especially when you're trading with money, you fill your mind with garbage, you're gonna turn your brain to trash. That's what he taught me. I even stopped smoking weed, to be honest. Weed made me just a terrible trader. It made me lazy. I was making stupid decisions, and not that, but as I got older, smoking weed just made my anxiety go through the roof. So I just take kratom, and I drink beer on Friday nights, or I drink alcohol on Friday nights. But no, I don't do drugs, and I've never done LSD or mushrooms. I've never done any of them. Hey, I'm gonna get an update for this. But Michael, thank you for the follow. Thank you for our first Patreon member. This is a link, but the Patreon, not only do you get access to the AggroCap, but it's really meant for people that are wanting to trade to literally the more traders mentality, like scalp trading. Because you get one-on-one mentoring, more advanced trade setups that are like real time. Like if I submit a trade, or if I'm, kind of like we did earlier today. I'm just gonna post this link if you guys, just so you want to look at it. But the only reason I have it separate from the regular Discord is if you're a new trader, scalp trading, I would stay away from it, especially if you're very, very new to trading. So this is really meant for people just trying to take that next step because you already feel comfortable in your standard, trading methods. Oh man, some solid science on mushrooms coming out. Oh, Yeah, dude, I have anxiety. I can't do mushrooms. I have to be in control of my body. If I start hallucinating and I start freaking out, I could not imagine what would happen to me if I was to take something like that. I take kratom and I'll drink alcohol, but I even had to stop smoking weed. I can't do that stuff. It doesn't mean it's wrong. That's just me personally. But yeah, Michael's our first Patreon night. So you also get, so not only do you get the Patreon stuff, but we also have the same board. It's a private board on Discord. So it's kind of cool. So if you're on our Discord, you get the cool Patreon night heading. But no, I just wanted to do a shout out. Thank you. I appreciate it. You know, not only will you get a ton of knowledge and help, but it helps me keep the lights on at home. So, but looking at Bitcoin here, we still are holding our support at 10,200. Your more major support though is from about 9,800. This box actually needs to be moved down a bit, but it's from 9,800 to about 10,000. That's going to be a box where if we do end up taking a dip here, this is where I'm going to be looking to close. Is once we break below 10,200, I'm really going to be eyeing that 10,900 area to close. So let's just say this, for instance, guys, let's say we short, all right? We go down here and we hit the bottom of this box and we start rounding. I'm going to put my stop loss somewhere in here. I want to make sure that if we bounce off support and we go to the upside, I'm taking profit. Or even let's just say we go through here and we only end up let's take this off. Let's get this off. I'm going to make sure that I get out in profit at some point. I like to put my take profits generally so if we go in the middle of the box, I'm going to put my take profit at the top of the box. If we're in the bottom and we're starting to round and curve up, I'm going to put it in the middle of this box, or at least the very top. You always want to make sure you have to you have to control the greed and curb your FOMO. It's very, very important. Yeah, CBD. Hydrochloric or hyaluronic acid. You know, I suffered from anxiety, and there was a time in my life, especially like when my mom first got sick with stage 4 cancer, in her brain and lungs. I just went through a crazy period of depression, and I had a lot of people telling me to try mushrooms, or what's that thing Joe Rogan talked about, the DMT. But I read into it. He's like, oh, you'll take it and it cures you of your depression. And I was like, man, I'm not saying I have demons to slay, but I would be petrified. I would be absolutely petrified of what would happen. Hey, Soren, I know I'm probably not saying this right. Soren and RPM, Slick Plead. Thank you for the follow on YouTube or Twitch. I need to get this set up to do it on YouTube as well. You get depressed, DMT, yeah. Solo pop on a Friday night. No, we're not in a position right now. We did have we talked about it before I went off stream. If you were going to short, you would want to short. I'm sorry, you would want to cover at this green line or at the top of this box, and it ended up being perfect. I had stuff to do today, but I did give a call out. I was like, if you are going to do it, I would definitely cover once you get to this box. Just like if you were to long, I would definitely be looking to sell at the top of this box. Once you get into the fives, more so if we hit 10,006, I would most definitely be a seller. Now this is kind of interesting. If you look here on the 5 minute, you are showing lower levels of bearish momentum here on the 5 minute. I don't put too much into the 5 minute, but you can see they are trying to pull something off here. Let's see if the volume will back this move though, because honestly all the other time frames are still very bearish. If you go and you look here, it's pretty clear. You have a high, a higher high, a high, a higher high. But something to also keep in mind is this right here. You did make just about the same height on the on your bull side here on the blue wave market Cipher B. So what we're going to be watching for here is to see if we either branch off and we start round 2, or if we're going to go to the downside and make a lower low. Right now we're really neutral. There's no need to, you're going to be flipping a coin right now. The higher time frames are more bearish. So, I'm leaning towards it, but you have to wait on the shorter time frames to confirm it. Because right now it's pretty much like flipping a coin. You are right in the middle of 2 major support and resistances. And we kind of have a fundamental aspect of it. We have BACT coming next month. There's the China-US, the trade war news. Yeah, no problem. Hey, you're good, Kryptonic. See, that's what scares me, Kryptonic. I have some extremely scary dreams. Like, I have some very, realistic dreams. Pretty much every night, I'm a lucid dreamer. I'm extremely terrified taking something like that. My dreams are freakishly real. Sometimes you can't even tell the difference if you're sleeping or not. I would be petrified if DMT is like that. So let's look at our long and shorts chart. Let's take a look here. Bitcoin's not doing much, so let's take a look. Alright. Don't really need market Cipher for this. We're just looking. This is the longs chart. So not much is really happening. And this is what's so concerning on this bull run, or this little bounce we've had. The longs are just extremely stagnant. If you go to your shorts chart, you see how much your shorts sold off yesterday? This was our bump up we had yesterday, guys. This is purely, I believe, that whole run up yesterday, because you didn't see any, that long chart did not have anything like this. That tells me these shorts were just covering. But the shorts are, this is not a good sign, guys, for the longs right here. This whole run up last night was just simply shorts covering. And it makes you wonder, like, when are they going to re-enter the market? Were they shorting for, you know, maybe we're going to have a bump up in price? Are they just simply reloading? You know, we don't know. Making sure I'm not missing any of your messages. Yeah, that's terrifying. Yeah. Our CR Delica. Yeah, you have to learn. If you're new to trading, scalp trading is very, very dangerous and it's very hard. Oh, hey, Slick Pete, or Plead. Yeah, no, usually we're in my office right now, or we're usually in the office, but I had to stand in a courtroom for 3 hours defending my dog, and, you know, my leg's messed up, so it's kind of nice. I have my dogs laying next to me. It's nice and cool in my room. Usually I call these late night, late night TA. Yeah, will do. But yeah, CR Delica. Yeah, you want to learn how to trade before you get, if you're new to trading, you can wreck your portfolio or whatever you have to trade if you don't have experience. That's why, indicators, aside, that's why we teach a lot of the secondary stuff like Fibonacci retracements, how to come up with support and resistances. That's why when I draw these lines for you, I let you know how I come up with them. How I get these touch points, how I go about, you know what I mean? How pretty much all of this on the chart. You know, I try to explain everything while I draw them. We're basically just in this curve right now. It's not a parabolic curve. The only reason this would be parabolic is if we were, you know, the old curve we were in. We were in this curve the entire year, really. But we broke out of it over here. And now we're forming kind of like the Nike logo right now. If you go to your daily, and this is something I highly recommend all of you looking at, to look at. This is very important. Not only do you have your support box here, and you have your parabolic curve. Not your parabolic, but you have your curve. This is going to make or break the bull run for us, guys. Yes, this is a swing trader's paradise, but all of this is contingent. The run or the trend as a whole is contingent on this EMA 100. The moment we break and close a daily candle under this Tron blue line, I believe we're going to go into a bear trend. I really do. So if we look at our Fibonacci retracement, just so you guys don't think I'm just coming up with random stuff. The moving averages are kind of making it hard to look at. Man, that's bright. This is your 0.5, guys. I'm only going to keep this here for a second, but I know how I say the 0.5s here, but I don't show you. This is why. When you do your Fibonacci retracement, we're going to look at the trend as a whole. So we're going from our exact bottom to our exact top. When doing your fibs, if you're using the wick on the bottom, you have to use the wick on the top. If you're going to use the candle close on the bottom, you have to do the same for both sides. You can't do one or the other. You can't do a wick on one and the candle close on the other. They have to be the same. So your point fib is by, it's pretty much right between 85 and 8600. This is why every YouTuber is calling for 85. This is my prediction, guys. We're going to go down. This is if we do break under it. This is the bearish scenario. We could go back, have a bounce. Everyone's going to turn bullish. Oh, all the YouTubers are right. And then we're just going to fall. Okay, not this far, but you get the point. We're going to go, I believe, to the, I believe we are going to test maybe the 618, because by the time we start dipping, I am fully believing our 200 is going to be down here as well. I'm going to be extremely bullish once we get to about 7,500. Honestly, anywhere between 6,800 and 8,000, I'm going to be extreme, or more so 6,800 to 7,500. I'm very, very bullish in that area right now. And your 618, if we look here, it's roughly about $7,200. So it's just something to keep an eye on, guys. But just remember, this is your 100 moving average, your EMA on your daily. This run is contingent. I mean, yes, when I say I'm bearish, you know, this is scalp playing. I'm not going to get overly bearish until we break the EMA 100 on the daily time scale. Till then, I'm going to keep scalping, and we're still going to theoretically be in a bull trend. But the moment you close a daily candle under this, I'm telling you, I'm going to go pretty darn heavy into a short position. And we're going to, you know, I ain't going anywhere, so we're going to be around for all of this. We always stream twice a day. We're always going to stream twice a day. Hey, you're good, Aggro. What's the difference between fib retracement and the what is the regular fib? I mean, I guess you could have your fibs, like your what do they call it on here? Like your fib channels. You can do like fib channels. But honestly, I just do support and resistances for the top. Just want to see what the 4 hour looks here. You can see though, on our 4 hour, our EMA 100 is actually acting as resistance. You can disregard this candle because this was just an overreaction. Let's look at our AggroCap. Let's see what we're showing there. Yep, so our 3 hour is still at the bottom of our resistance box here. So that makes a lot of sense. So our 3 hour V1 is, you know, we have our resistance here at roughly 10,570. Our 5 minute though, we're still holding the support level. It's about 10,315 on the 5 minute. And just to let you guys know, I know a lot of you like the short term time frames. You are starting to show slightly lower levels of bearish momentum. I say slightly, that's actually pretty major. You can see it. Let's go to our 15. Let's see if we can see anything on there. You can tell we're rounding, but it looks like we're trying to build something up here. If we get rid of this, it's really hard to see. But do you see how we're kind of rounding this out? I want to see if we peek our head to the upside on this. Are we just going to go and round something like this? Or are we just going to take something like that and then keep, you know what I mean, make a higher shoulder? We're waiting on a sign now, guys. You know, honestly, I'm leaning towards bearish. Our 4 hour, there's clear. You can kind of see though, they're trying to pull something off here. The bulls are trying to pull something here. You can see it. But you know, as it stands now, you have 3 lower highs. Your 1 hour, you have a lower high. And you're actually showing slightly higher levels of bearish momentum. So the key is patience. It's better to miss out on some of the small action rather than jump the gun and, you know, you end up being wrong and you're just hoping to break even. Hey, Crypto Tito. Yeah, welcome to the channel. Usually we're in the office. Yeah, usually we're in the office, but, you know, my leg's killing me today, so We're just kind of chilling in the room. It's nice and cool. I got my dogs around me. It's all is good. What do they got playing on here? Scandroid? I'm not really sure what's playing, but figured we'd get this 80s playlist, but I don't know. They seem to have 80s music and then it's like more like new age singing behind it. Show dogs. She's getting some food now. She'll jump on the bed here in a second. She's eating her kibbles and bits right now. The dog I have on my bed now, she's actually mine. She's the, I say mine, she's older, so I've had her for 9 years. Yeah, I'll call her here in a second. I don't want to disturb her. She's eating. She's a nocturnal eater. Once it gets dark, she starts eating. All right, chat. We're 10,354. All right, chat. Type if you're bullish or bearish in the chat. Let's see if I can find something here. Well, that's my playlist. I wonder what that is. Dance with the skeletons? Bearish, bullish. I'm bearish based on the 21 rejection. Alright. So we have one bull, two bull, three. 1, 2. Alright. So we're pretty even here. I think we're tied. Bull. Kryptonic. Boo. It's like a mixture of both, Kryptonic. Yeah. I want to get a scalp in. Every time I start streaming, you can ask everybody here in the chat. Every time I go bullish, we start trading in this we trade in this like $50 trading zone. It gets so old. And so, I just wanted to let this be known because now that our Patreon's getting a little bigger, each post, they're going to be detailed, but each one of them is going to be time-stamped. Because guys, with scalp trading, a trade can be valid, and within 2 hours, the trade could be already over. Scalp trading to me is $40 to $80 moves. It's a little bit advanced. I don't really recommend it as much for new traders until you can, you get comfortable in your new skills. But pretty much all my scalp trades, and we also have a lot of very good scalp traders in, our admins, like AggroCap. I know we know how to, I know for sure, between us both, But I want to make sure that you guys know that if you just see a call and it's 4 hours down the line, there's not only going to be a post, like, and everything's going to be time stamped, but I'm also going to put, you know, whether it's an hour or two later, I'm going to have a call off function, so you know, or like, hey, or I'll post like, hey, this is the profits or whatever, you know, the call's over. Because, you know, don't treat these as long signals, especially on the scalping side, because we're going to have a long side and a scalping side. So we're going to try to separate the two. I just don't want there to be confusion, you know, because these scalps, they're quick, guys. They're really quick. You know, we're all about self-improvement here and, you know, bettering ourselves through education, learning technical analysis. So I'm going to be as transparent as possible with every call, or it's not even a signal. It's just more or less, you know, the trades as a whole when we're looking at an area. Like today, you know, when we were talking about when we were up here, I said, hey, if you're going to short, you need to close somewhere around our 10,200 support or this green box. You know, because people are like, oh, well, why aren't you going to short? And it's like, well, I'm going to be gone for 2 hours. And just being gone for 2 hours, I would have been in profit. And by the time I got home, I'm already back to neutral. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be in profit anymore. So everything is going to be heavily time stamped, and they're going to be transparent on how, you know, especially when we close. Because I just don't want people seeing them and then like entering hours later after it's already, you know, came to fruition. Hey, Bucket Snort, how you doing? 2 negative. But no, this AggroCap, the V1 through V3, it has just been insanely accurate, especially the 5-minute V1. And then when you have your V2, your 1-minute scalper, it's just been on fire. You threw a nice buy signal here, 10,280. We went all the way up to 10,004. You threw your short signal here at roughly like 10,380. We fell all the way down, I mean, my gosh, into like 10,150. You threw your short signal. I mean, the calls have just been, they've just been great on the 5-minute. Then we go to the 3 hour. The 3 hour is really where I like closing my trades if you're basing them on the 5-minute. You know, that's like today. You see, if we go to our 5-minute, you can see we're holding just above our support, which is at 10,312. Let's just say market Cipher flipped long, and let's just say we took a long, okay? Not only am I going to be looking to short at our resistance box, but I'm going to be looking at the 3 hour to see where the resistance is. And I'm going to be looking to sell near that line. Now, granted, if you want to try to make more gains, I would definitely set a tight, you know, take profit. But you could definitely have your finger on the trigger. So if you break above this, and then you throw another buy signal, you know, because this is at 10,568. If you long here at 10,330, that's just more gains you're going to have. If you have both of them flip long, that's just the better your trade's going to be. But let's say this does act as resistance. I would take the 5-minute, you know, if we were to go long here, and I would be looking to sell near this red line. For sure. Super chat. Hey, Crypto Don. Thank you. So, you know, I apologize. I'm not sure if I have the tips or whatever. I don't know if I get... I don't know if they let me know. Usually, I don't hear a ding or anything like that. Let me see if there's actually a button over here. So yeah, if you guys for some reason like send a tip or something, you know, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. But let me know. I need to get this thing set up so it lets me know when something actually hits. I'm not actually sure if there's even a... Yeah, who knows? Yeah, I'm gonna... You have to get monetized? Okay. Yeah. Do you have the 2 account thing? Okay, so, first off, thank you, Crypto Don Juan. Thank you. I really appreciate the super chat. I will see if I can get it checked here to see if it popped up anyway. Me and AggroCap, we're going to work on it here. Like I said, guys, I've been a trader for like 6 years, but this stream and stuff is completely 100% new to me. I know I've been streaming for 2 months, but that's why there's so much work that comes to outside of streaming, like trying to set up Streamlabs and all this secondary stuff. It's very new to me. So if you wanted to compare the 5-minute, so Wild Hassan, are you talking about MC A or B? Yeah, Crypto John, I'd like to get it mono. That would be cool. That would be cool. We're gonna get it. We'll, between me and AggroCap, I think we'll get it figured out. B. Okay. So I believe there's no better. I mean, this is just my opinion. I don't think there's a better combination than having AggroCap with Market Cipher. Use Market Cipher B to identify your trading environment, and use AggroCap for your actual trading, like your starts, your exits, etc. Because Market Cipher doesn't give you an exact line or a dollar amount, but AggroCap does. So if we look at our 5-minute here, this is the one you requested. You take your trend line. This is what we were talking about on the 5-minute. Showing slightly lower highs and bearish momentum. You can see we have a lower high. And then if we come over here, you can see that we are holding our support line, which is at about 10,315. So, now, need to actually fix that. So if you're trying to take it off this trade alone, I mean, you could take a scalp, but if you were here for the beginning of the stream, we are looking overwhelmingly bearish right now. At this rate, we're showing triple MACD bearish divergence. And that's why I really try to I try to start off every stream being transparent and the same as possible. You have to identify your trading environment, because if you stay to the low time frames, you might get lucky a few times, but eventually you're going to get severely wrecked. This is just something I've learned in my years of trading. So you have your 4-hour. You see your 3 hours bearish. You're showing lower levels. Now, that's why what we're looking for here is we're trying to see if we can find any correlation. So when these closer time frames flip bearish, we can try to catch it, because obviously we're bearish on the 4-hour, the 3-hour, the 2, etc. But they haven't came to fruition yet. So we're going to look for the closer time frames to catch it, to see when it's actually going to happen. We technically got a small reaction off this, and you can kind of see it looks like we're trying to form like what it looks like what would be like a right shoulder here. So if we go over, if we look at our 5-minute, this is kind of this is something we were kind of talking about, how we're going to see if we can catch when the momentum's going to start to fall off. This definitely, if we zoom in here, chat, we definitely made a lower high. This white looks to have pretty much rounded off. So we're going to wait for the signal. This is looking pretty bearish. Our 5 minutes neutral, but if you can see, it looks like we're trying to form a right shoulder here, and it's going to be lower. And so then theoretically, we would be able to take our tool, something similar to like this. And then what we're looking for with AggroCap is on our 5-minute. If we see this, we have confirmation that, hey, it looks like we're making a lower high on the 5-minute. Our longer time frames are bearish. If this flips, if we break this line and we flip short here, that's gonna be my indication to short, for sure. Aren't the green dots a UFO forming? If we go bearish, I expect to test a 10,050. Aren't the green dots a UFO forming that actually... What was that, Marcel? There's the green dots what? So I can count on AggroCap for scalping. So Wild Hassan, if you did not want to use Market Cipher, so if you didn't want to use Market Cipher but you wanted AggroCap, use your MACD. It's pretty. The blue wave is very similar. It's pretty much the MACD, but Market Cipher is much more sensitive. So if you look at your MACD here, do you see how you can? It's not. You don't have the pretty wave. Granted, Market Cipher is a little bit more sensitive. That's why I like it. I love Market Cipher. But if you just wanted to use the AggroCap, then yeah, just use your MACD. Because we can go here. Let's check our 15-minute. See, this is our shoulder we're kind of forming right now. If we can kind of go up here and then make a lot, a lower low, we'll see. And see, you can even look here on the 4-hour. We made a slightly lower low in bullish momentum. This is on your good old standard. I use this for years, guys. This is your MACD. You have a slightly lower low here. If you go to your 1-hour, you're actually having a little bit more bearish momentum. You have your small wave because you have your reaction off this. Do you see this? If I had a trend line and I was to draw it right in through here, you had a bullish divergence. You popped to the upside very hard. And then we down here, you can see where we're at now with our latest wave. We're slightly higher than this. But I really, especially looking here on the 1-hour, I want to see this get a little taller. Because technically, you could still draw your line across here. So we had our short-term play off this. So, right now we're really in a neutral trading zone right now. You can change the color and change the MACD from his to model into wave and the settings of the indicator if you want it to look like MC. Really? Hey, I'm just curious to see what this would look like. BitBoss, do you just go into the settings like your standard old? I would actually be curious to see what that looks like. Show histogram, previous scales, countdown, wave, grid, watermark, tire. Here. Or actually, I think it'd be in here. Line, circles. Let me know. Settings, chain MACD lines to area. Oh, boss. Dude. Seriously. You're killing it. Thank you. I did not know that. Or Bob. Yeah, thank you. All of you guys. Seriously. I did not know that. That's pretty cool. So yeah. I really use Market Cipher B. I honestly don't really even use A, to be perfectly honest with you guys. Granted, I'll look at it. If I see a short indicator, and then I'll go confirm it here. Like if you get a red X, and then you see falling momentum like this, that would be your short indicator. But man, I have to say, I've really been enjoying So like for instance, if we were on Market Cipher, let's go to Market Cipher now. Just take just a second. All right. See if we can find a good. So like right here, you have your falling bullish momentum here. You have your short indicator. You know, I've had, you know, personally, for finding the trend as a whole, I've had very good luck with Market Cipher B. But I have to say, I don't want to say I'm like falling head over heels for it, but this AggroCap V1, it has just been insane on the scalps lately. And when you have Market Cipher B confirming these calls, you literally can't lose. I've had really good luck with it. See if I can, trying to see, we're on the 5 minute, let's go to our 3 hour. I want to see the 3 hour. See, like right here's a good one. You had falling bullish momentum, much lower actually. If you go, you can actually go to here. We actually talked about this, if you guys remember in the chat. Remember when we had quadruple bearish MACD divergence? It was just above 11,000. Not only did you show triple MACD bearish divergence, then you threw your short signal here on the 3 hour. So you had your Market Cipher B. It's like, hey, it's about to happen. So you had triple MACD bearish divergence. You threw your short signal on the 3 hour. When you change the MACD line and signal line to area and make it 70, it makes a wave. A poor man's Market Cipher. Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting, guys. Thank you. All right, chat. Once again, I don't see where to make it transparent. So, have you guys spotted the trend yet? That every time I go live, Bitcoin literally goes, I mean, stagnant is just like, that's being nice. I think yesterday we traded in like a $20 range. I mean, we had that bump. The moment we went live, we had that nice pop. But I didn't even have time to get the camera and everything going. Like, I mean, especially the Twitch followers that were here, you know, before, you know, YouTube really blew up. I just have this way of just making the market completely stagnant. It's insane. So this is what we're watching for, guys, okay? You have falling bearish momentum. I'm sorry, bullish. You have falling bullish momentum. So this is a bearish indicator, and we're hovering right. If we can flip this to short, you know, I'd be willing to take a short position for a scalp. Oh, I thought I heard something. Hey, gonna check to see what that was. Did anybody hear what that bling sound was? Like, was that just a subscriber? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Thank you, guys. If you could let me know. I'm gonna get these alerts set up, I promise. Themes. Cloudbot. Hey, Kyle L. There you go. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. So, you know, usually we're in the office, but It's been a long day. It's kind of nice to sit back and chill in the room. Market Cipher's bearish right now. The 4 hour, the 3 hour. We're just showing falling bullish momentum. We're now just waiting on the shorter time frames to pop short, and we will know. We're holding above our support line right here. If we can flip short here, and Market Cipher's already hinting, you can see here on the 5 minute, we're starting to build our new wave on the 5 minute. But if we go here and you make it larger, you can see we're starting to poke our head out here on the bear side. Let's see if we can do something like that. I'm just going to keep that line there. We're going to put this one right here. Oh yeah. And just to let you guys know this, because it's something I've wanted to do here for a while. So the Patreon, not only does it help support me and you guys have a ton of extra benefits, especially if you're wanting to branch into scalp trading. A nice portion of those funds on my end are going to go back to you guys. And what that means is we're going to do trading competitions. We'll pick a coin a week. Whoever can call the bottom. Like a few weeks ago, we were remember when Tron was just falling off the face of the sky? Whoever could call a 10% bounce on a certain an asset. The Patreon also allows me to help give you guys bonuses for being in our community on our Discord. So if you like trading competitions, we'll think of other games and prizes, and it's going to be crypto prizes. So you guys will actually win, cryptocurrency. It's not like a pat on the shoulder like, hey, congrats, But the Patreon also allows me to give you guys services, or incentives to participate in our community games. Because I'm really excited for that. It would be fun if we could start doing some competitions with each other. Maybe have we'll do a stream and we'll have a trade-off. We'll see who can get the best percentage gains. It's going to be fun. I'm just super excited for it. I want our community not just to be about education and entertainment, but I want it to be fun, and I want there just to be incentive to participate in the games. Would you guys participate? Would you guys participate in the community, like the trading games? Like if we had competitions of any kind, would you guys be interested in that? Muzar terms. Whole time on AirPods. Hey, thanks Armacida. He's our trusty admin. He's a super good coder. A beehive. It's just awesome. He has he does so much he does so much for our community, and I'm so glad he's here. Awesome, yeah. V2 just curved. Let's check her. You said the V2 just curved. Yeah, and Gabe, he has the AggroCap as well, the arsenal of indicators. And so, just to show you guys where we're at here. So with the AggroCap, which it's one of the tiers in our Patreon, you get this awesome EMA SMA tool. But you get the V1, which is more general purpose. But I'm telling you, the 5 minute has just been, if you like scalp trading, my gosh, if you have that with Market Cipher B, it's just amazing. You have your V2 1 minute, which is it's your scalper. It's really good. I'm not sure what's actually better, the V2 1 minute scalper or the V1 5 minute. They've been so spot on. It's hard to really say which one's the best. Maybe AggroCap or Gabe, maybe they can answer that for you. But man, I just think that the way this thing has been scalping lately. It's just insane. So you said the V2. What time frame is that? V2 curved up. Oh, it's not what I want. We want the 1 minute. So the scalper, for you guys that like trading on the 1 minute, this is definitely for you. You can see here we threw our buy signal at roughly 10,307. We actually went all the way up. So this is, we had a nice, you know, $80-$90 pump. Yeah, we're starting to uptick here. This is why we're waiting for confirmation, guys. Patience is key. You have to curb the FOMO and control the greed. FOMO doesn't mean just going up. You can also have fear of missing out on a short. You have to be patient. Trading is, seriously, I know I say it, it's 20% technical and it's 80% psychological. It's very important. The psychology, mental aspect of trading is honestly more important than what we're doing here. Go to our 5 minute. See what our 5 minute showing. So our 5 minute hasn't curved up yet though. Once again, I've jinxed Bitcoin. We're going to stay stagnant now. Literally, as I'm logging off on the stream ending, you know, we're not logging off now, but you know what I mean, hours from now, 10 minutes at, you know, into being off stream, Bitcoin will start moving. Literally happens every time. But you can see here, we're holding this support line at 10,313. If we break below this and we close a 5 minute under it, we'll flip short. Gizmo 99. You'd want to check the Patreon link, that AggroCap. People keep telling me not to, but I am dollar cost averaging. And you know, I appreciate it, guys, because not only you get a ton of services. Like I'm telling you, I mean, you get a lot of services by joining the Patreon. But it's really, it also helps me be able to, you know, stay here 20, you know, I know I trade for a living, but it makes it to where I can dedicate all my time to you guys and I don't have to worry about the lights being turned off. I mean, it's not like it happened anyway. Yeah. But you know what I mean? It's just, you know, I really appreciate it. Not only do you get a ton of education and services, but you do get access. You know, you'll see the different tiers, but if you do like AggroCap, it's not something, you know, like you have to invest a ton of money, and if you don't like it, you're stuck with it. You know, it's a monthly basis. But I'm telling you, if you have Market Cipher, especially B, I mean, even if you don't have Market Cipher B, I mean, I guess you could maybe try to get away with it with your MACD, but between these two packages, it really isn't an amazing combination. All right, we're having a little bit of a dip now. Let's see, we're starting to build here on our 5 minute, our latest bearish momentum. We're creeping. We're getting close. Let's see if we can close under this. If we were to take a short here, I'm going to be looking to cover somewhere around anywhere close to 10,200. Especially this green line and this support box. Anywhere between there's game to cover. V2 flipped. V2 is up to 10,327. I don't understand why you didn't already enter a short higher. It's because we're not having any type of confirmation right now, especially if we're scalp trading this. The longer time frames, they might be pointing bearish right now, but we obviously haven't gotten a reaction off of it. So we're going to wait for our shorter time frames to confirm it. Confirmation is very important, so you're not prematurely jumping in to a trade. You know, this channel, we're all about, you know, low risk, high reward trades. It's better to miss out on a few points or a few, you know, $10, $20 and get your confirmation, you know what I mean, than prematurely jump in and then you have to DCA to try to, you know, get out, if that makes sense. All right, let's see now. Let's look at our 5 minute. Is the red X and the blood diamond not confirmation enough? All right, let's see if we're going to point here. V1 flip needs to wait for candle close. Yep. So what? Did you get a blood diamond on the... Has it popped to the 15 minute yet? We can check market Cipher A. Generally, if you're looking at the blood diamonds, you know, I'm going to be looking... I really like to see these confirm on the 5 minute. On the 30, 24, 15, and 12. See though, the only thing I fear though is especially looking for blood diamonds on the low time frames. They just, I've noticed especially on the short time frames, it prematurely gives a short signal. I mean, like look at these right here. You threw short signals, but you went down $10 just to go up $100. You know, it's not, I don't really want to enter a short and go down $20 and then go back up. Those smaller time frames on blood diamonds, that's honestly what took me so long. I really like to see these on the higher time frames, like 15. If I see a blood diamond on a 15 minute, I'm definitely going to you know, to consider taking a short. But market Cipher A, it seems to get premature blood diamonds, especially on the really close time frames. Especially anything below, you know, anything below the 15 minute, I hold off. If I can get the 5 minute calls to leak into the 15, I'll jump on that for sure. But no, on market Cipher A, if I see a blood diamond, I want to see that get leaked into the 15 minute for sure. Just going to go back to the V1, back to the 5 minute. We're still holding. We have to... Let's see how we look on market Cipher B. We're growing. We have a little bit of bearish momentum building here. 15 going down on MCB. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching it. We might be getting into a possible short here. Once we can get market Cipher B to pop on the 15, and then we can get the AggroCap, the 5 minutes of flip, we'll definitely enter into a short. Yeah, Miguel, yeah. Yep. Yeah, this will be a scalp trade for sure. Yeah, if we scalp from up here, I'm gonna be looking to cover sometime, somewhere around 10,002. Somewhere between this box and our support, which starts at, you know, below 10,200. Anywhere in here is gonna be game. Let's go to our 4 hour. Let's get a better look. You'd like to see a candle body close under long on the V1. See how we go here. Kind of just tinkering along. So let's go to our V2 scalper. This is on the 1 minute. Interesting. So our 1 minute flip short here. 10,334. All right. Maybe this might be our chance, guys. Yeah, you know, it's really hard to tell what the institutional money's gonna do. Craig right ended up being Craig wrong. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I remember writing the white I remember reading the white paper when I wrote it. When he said that, dude, I laughed so loud. Did you guys see that video? He's like on stage, has his fancy headset, and he's like, I remember reading the white paper when I wrote it. It's just insane. He's such, I mean, you know, no offense if you guys, you know, if any of you guys like BSV. We're not going to profile any coin. Craig Wright's just a funny person. Isn't it funny though? Do you guys remember, like, in that original bull run we had in 2017, like, did you know that not Craig Wright, but what is it, Roger Ver, he was like the hated villain, and then they had their split, and then, you know, up came Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, and now no one, especially the Bitcoin community, they don't actually hate on Roger Ver anymore. It's all towards, you know, BSV, Craig Wright. Hey, yeah, Kyle L. Yeah, it's my leg's killing me. I've had a busy day. You know, I've had a busy day today, so I'm kicking back. My dog's laying next to me. We're doing some TA. It's a good night. I got the AC blowing on me. We're just chilling, hanging out, looking for some trades. Making sure. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any But no, I'm hoping here in the next week or two, we'll be able to start some trading competitions in our Discord. So I figured we'd start some trading competitions for our Patreon nights. You know, we'll pick like an altcoin. We'll pick something. We'll get together as a group and we'll figure out what you know, what the competitions between the Patreon should be. Because I think it would be just so fun to promote healthy competition. And we can kind of compete. And, you know, that's what's good about having a community. We can all sit here with different trading strategies. We all learn different ways. And not only can we learn from each other, but we, you know, honestly, competition, it's what I loved in sports. You know how everyone used to complain, oh, this team's good, this team's bad. I loved playing against the hard teams because they make you step your game up. You know what I mean? So I never liked playing the teams that just stunk, you know what I mean? Because they were so easy. You know, the better the competition is, the better you're going to get. And I'm definitely not going to say, oh, I know everything, because I don't. I promise you guys, I don't. But between, you know, all of us together, I think we're going to have an amazing group. I was a self-made millionaire before Bitcoin. Yeah. Hey, Waba, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good night. Sorry, I'm just looking at your guys' messages now. I was a self-made millionaire before Bitcoin. What are you? That's awesome. Sure has a lot of money for being a doctor. Well, you know, Craig the True, technically when you get scammed, you don't, you know, I wouldn't think something that has such a huge community. I don't feel like I don't think they got scammed. They don't feel they did. I don't think Market Cipher's a scam. I mean, he has live videos. He has, I mean, tons of them. I mean, he shows you how it works. It's exactly the same thing he's showing you. I respect CryptoFace. I know he has some people that don't like him, but, you know, he's one of the people you want in your corner. Yeah, I mean, Market Cipher A is, you can tell it's his thing, but I mean, yeah, that's why we just showed here online. Someone was asking me if they can use AggroCap without Market Cipher, and that's why we literally went to our Bybit chart and we were showing your MACD. You know, we don't just show indicators. I mean, especially with the educational series, we're starting here on our Discord. If you wanted to use AggroCap, you can just sit here and use your... I mean, honestly, with Market Cipher, I really only use Market Cipher B. I really don't even use A, to be honest. This is what we're watching now. Like, even if you don't believe in Market Cipher, I mean, I do. But you can see it. We're watching. There's lower momentum. The bullish momentum is falling off. I just like the visual that you get on Market Cipher. It actually gives you, you can kind of see it rounding off. You know, with here, you just get a darker shade. Hey, Oreo and Nutella, I appreciate it. Can you show the Aggro 5 minute, Miguel? Yeah, for sure. We're actually on the 5 minute right now. One second, I believe we're... Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're on the 1 minute. We need to go back to the V2 or the V1. Sorry about that. Get mixed up with all these sometimes. Go to the 5 minute. Here we are. So we have officially, it looks like we've thrown our short out. Let's see how this plays off, chat. So we have our short signal here on the V1. We just officially flipped short. And what do you know? Look at that, chat. We just flipped short and we're dropping in price. We finally, at least we broke below 10,003. We're getting a little action. You go to market Cipher. You see we have climbing bullish or bearish momentum. See how this plays out. I would imagine the bulls are going to sit here and they're going to try to hold 10-3. Let's get a confirmation. Let's see what our 3 hour looks like. It's just funny though, the moment, literally the moment this thing flips short, we had a reaction. Let's go to our 3 hour. Our 3 hour, we're still holding our short. The 3 hour is showing pretty, you know, it's still in our resistance box. Nothing's changed. V2 1 minute just flipped short. Oh yeah, I mean I got you, Craig the True. I understand. Can you go over the aggro EMA and SMA? I mean, yeah, I mean it's basically just your your estimated moving average and your simple moving average. So this is also part of it. Let's get out of here. Let's get this out. But no, you have your tool. You can go here in your settings. I changed the colors. I didn't use the standard colors, and I made all of mine. I have them to the darkest setting, or the brightest, I guess. But so I don't use the SMA 3 and 4, which if we go here to our inputs, it's because on your 3 and 4 you already have your EMA 1 and 2 right here. They're the same, and they're going to be pretty much the same indicator. And I just realized this. I need to change this up. On my SMA tool, I use the 5 and 10. So I use the EMA 13, or I'm sorry, the EMA 1, which we'll go over the colors. I have them memorized. So let's go to the 4 hour. So your purple is your EMA 200. Your Tron blue is your EMA 100. It's hard to see here. Do you see this pink line? This is your 34, and your yellow, this yellow line, is your 13. I'm going to confirm that real quick. Yeah, so your yellow's your 13, your pink's your 34, your Tron blue's your 100, and your purple's your 200. And then, just it's because what my mentor, this is one of the tools he helps me with day trading that I learned years back. Your green, I use as my 5 simple moving average, and my red is my 10. I use my 5 and my 10 SMA, for day trading. And then those are my SMAs. So I have my 5 and my 10 SMA, and then I use the 13, the 34, the 100, and the 200 on the EMA. Does that make sense? Yeah, who knows? Right. What's going on? Do you charge for financial advice, Craig? Oh, did our music stop? See what's going on here. I mean, if you want me to go more into the SMAs, I definitely can. Just let me know. But you know, for my EMAs, I use my 13, my 34, my 100, and my 200. And then I use my 5 and 10 SMA. I like those for day trading. I think I'm going to have to get a different playlist on. Oh, no, Marcel, I don't think it's too late. No. You're short. You're officially short. I'm thinking about joining y'all as well. I'm thinking about joining y'all. Let's see here. Well, if you look at your EMA here, this is why I use the 5 and the 10. You can see your 5, basically we butted up right against it and now we're rejecting it. This is why I love the 5 and the 10 SMA. You can see the 5 here. We've just been riding it to the downside. Let's go to our 1 hour. We really need to break below 2,000 or 10,290 to get some steam behind this drop. Let's check our 4 hour. Oh wow, that's actually kind of interesting. Let's zoom out here. So this is actually interesting. You can see here on our 4 hour, which is the one I put a lot of trust in. We are showing some resistance here at the EMA 100 on our 4 hour. But you are having a little bit of convergence. Let's see. Do we have a cross here? They're so bunched up, it's kind of hard to see them. Especially, I think it's this green box that's making them kind of hard to see. Are we about to have a 34? Is the 13 and 34 about to cross here on the 4 hour? I'm on a soft spot on my bed. It's not moving as much. Alright, so we got some people short. Got some shorts in the chat. I knew it was Space Trip. Did Mitch start trading? What was that, Kev? 311? Who started trading? So everyone's short in the chat now. Crystal Ball short. Miguel is short. Dad's fun. Everyone's short. I had the same short from the 300s down to the 200s earlier today. A blood diamond on the 1 hour. Are you short too, Dad's Fawn? See, this is what's kind of concerning me on the short now. If you look on your 4 hour, it looks like we're about to have a cross of our 13 and our 34. Are you guys seeing the same thing? Let's get our indicator. I like our purple. We have this 80s retro music. We have the cool, like, the 80s theme purple. I can click on whatever and change the visual order. BD on 1 hour still has 50 minutes till confirmation. You're short at 10,341 bit, boss. Nice. Alright, so everyone's short in the chat. You popped a buy dot here on the 5 minute. But once again, guys, they're not worth. Don't jump on a green dot just because there's a green dot. You have to wait for confirmation. It's very important. Very important. You're still not, you're not. Let's see here, let's get a. Yeah, I mean, you're very slightly elevated here on the 15 minute. I don't know if I'd just be overly bullish because of that, especially with your shoulder right here. So this is just what a tricky pattern we have right here, guys. Because theoretically, you could say this may have already played out, but you still have your major anchor point and then your lower high right here. Stop around 10,460. Yeah, I mean, guys, literally, you know, I know we've been talking for a short, but I don't like here from a shorting standpoint. If you look at your EMAs right here, you're about to have a cross of your 13 and your 34. That's generally a bull sign. If we get a cross here, and you're above major support levels, if we were going to get a bullish push, it's going to be this cross from your 13 and your 34. And not only that, but if you can have your 10 simple cross your green, your 5 simple, basically this EMA 100 just above 10,004, it's really acting as resistance. You can tell it's just been holding our neck down every time we try to, you know, to pop our head up. Yeah. Let's see what action we have on here. Ugh. Nice. Had to pop my back there for a second. Sorry. My remote to my PS4 was at the end of the bed. Did any of you guys play the PS4? Oh, geez. Did you see this? Hey, I'm about to post this in our Discord news section. Report, Craig Wright must forfeit 50% of Bitcoin in court case. 50% of his Bitcoins? That's what I was like. I was like, why would anyone want to claim their Satoshi? Do you know how much in back taxes you would have? I mean, the governments, if they knew you had $10 billion, they're going to come after you for money and back taxes, or they're going to throw you in prison. Alright, I'm posting this in our Discord right now, guys. If you want to read the article, it's not very big. It says it's a developing story. So maybe it's fake news. We don't know. It's on Cointelegraph. So I have it in our crypto news section. So if you're not on our Discord yet, I highly recommend joining it. Especially you know, with this Patreon, guys, a lot of this, I mean, a good portion of it is going to our community so we can offer trading competitions, you know, between our Patreons, you know, and you guys would be considered Patreon Knights, and you can check it out. There's just so many services. Let's see here. All right, it's officially there. So if you guys want to read it, it is in our, it's in our Discord. But I'm kind of pumped to have these trading competitions, or just like, or it's not even. I mean, I'll participate, but obviously I'm not gonna. And it's actually gonna be real crypto, you know. So, but we'll pick an asset. We'll let the community vote. Whatever you guys wanna, you know, or what, even the competition itself. So guys, especially in our Discord, if you have any ideas for competitions or any kind of games you would want to see, let me know. I'm getting rid of the singing music. I can't stand this passive aggressive, like retro, not retro, but let's get something going here. I'm going to change the song real quick. I hate how they have like 80s music, but it's like this new age singing behind it. It's so weird. Patrick Slayer. What a name. Patrick Slayer. $5-minute looks like it might go up and take the 1 hour with it. Yeah, that's why I've been patient. I know we threw a short, but that's why the moment I see a signal, no matter what it is, you know, I always like to sit back, see what our environment is, look at my moving averages. I don't like, from a bearish perspective, that we're having. If you're in a short, or you're getting into short, your 4 hour has a lot of pull in what you're gonna do. I don't like that you're going to have the 13 and your 34 cross here. I mean, if we can cross and then turn these down, oh yeah, that'll be a bearish sign, but you're technically pointed up. Not only that, but if you do get some wind in your sail, you're going to have your red basically cross. So you're going to have your 5 and your 10 simple moving average cross. This 100 has just been holding us down. Let's check the 1 hour. Alright, so the 1 hour, we're basically neutral. We're west to east. Our moving averages start here. We're just pointing west to east pretty much. Let's check the daily. We're basically just looking at our moving averages right now. This is that ever so important. This is what is holding our trend intact. We've been talking about this for days now. This is your EMA 100 on your daily. Don't forget about it, guys. This is what's holding this bull trend intact, and it is what will end it. You break and close a daily under this, I believe this whole trend, it's over. I say over, we're going to go into a bear trend. And when I say a bear trend, we're going to fall 25 to 30%. I truly believe that. See how we look on the 15-minute. The 15-minute looks like we're just begging. Shorter time frames are really pointing towards a short here. I just don't like how this 4 hour. I feel like we could just maybe go down and touch this. We can maybe just graze this, and this could, I mean, this could really be the moment of truth for what's gonna happen. I'm gonna zoom this in for you guys just so you can get a really close perspective. This is what I'm eyeing right in here. Your 13 and your 34 are very important. Do you see how your yellow and your pink were now converging? If you're a bear, you want to see this turn to the downside. Honestly, guys, with the 13 and the 34, if we get across and we can turn this, if we can turn this to the downside, oh man, I think this would actually be better than a scalp. I bet we could short this down to 10,000. 9,800. This box, basically. We can cross this to the downside, our 13 and our 34. We're definitely going to go into this box. I can almost guarantee you that. Just trying to see if there was an example I could show. You have a cross right here on the 4 hour. Your 13 and your 34 crossed right here. This was way to the downside though. We weren't flat like we are now. You're hoping for 9,760? Not to sound like a bear or anything. Best platform to short. Oreo and Nutella. Bybit for sure. Bybit for sure. Bybit is I believe it's a BitMEX killer. You don't have the scary liquidating candles similar to Kraken or Kraken, whatever it's called. And they're ran by an amazing team. Bybit has the best support. I'm telling you, I would challenge any exchange. Bybit has the best. They have the best support around. You have an issue, I promise you, you're going to have someone working on it within 30 minutes, 15 minutes. It's very quick. If you want to check it out, just know when you start an account, you have to have a VPN. Because if you are in the United States, you will need a VPN. And since I am an affiliate through Bybit, if you deposit 2% of Bitcoin, so 2%, so it'd be 0, so it'd be decimal 0 2 Bitcoin, you get a $10 bonus. And if you deposit 2, so 20% of Bitcoin, so decimal 20 Bitcoin, you get a $60 trading bonus. It's funny, they saw I was the king of Bybit, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to be an affiliate through us?" And it's not to like show their link, but they really are the best exchange. It's why, I wouldn't put my name, the king of Bybit, if I didn't like them. They really are a game changer in the crypto industry. So if you use Kraken or Bybit, I highly recommend to go and try them out. Awesome, Oreo Nutella, I appreciate it. But there's no pressure, guys. I didn't start this to shill, exchanges or anything. We are all about self-improvement, learning the regular indicators. But I'm serious. If you use BitMEX, you use Kraken, I highly recommend giving Bybit a try. I'll give you an idea. This is what their exchange looks like. So you have your order book here, your recent trades. With Bitcoin, you get up to 100x leverage. And they also they added this awesome button where you can do 25% increments. I generally do 10% leverage, but I just use small parts of my portfolio. This is my streamer's account. Just because you don't know crazy people that are out there, I don't have my long account. We have about over 700 bucks in this. I bought my Kratom with it today. That's why it's a little bit lower. I took out like 30 bucks for Kratom, and I use this account for it. just because I was on it and we were in a time crunch. But no, you can have your indicators down here. This is where your market orders will show up. There'll be a limit and a market order depending on how you want to, close your trade. This will have your Bitcoin holdings. It'll have your profit, your realized gains, which are ones you've taken profit. They're off the table. With your unrealized gains being, it's basically a position that's still in the book. You haven't taken those profits off the table. Hey, Bit Boss, good deal. Yeah, Bybit's they're a great exchange. Yeah, they honestly, this isn't Bybit's issue. We haven't even done 500 million today, but guys, the volume in cryptocurrency the last week has just sucked. Last week we were doing like 1.2 billion. I mean, we were in the billions last week, but the last week, that's why I've been so hands off, or not hands off, but like I've been not wanting to start a long position. I mean, here, let's go check it out. Let's go check the Bitfinex longs. Where are we at? There we go. Can see here the longs are actually falling. If we go to our shorts, and this is why we had our price bump last night or yesterday. The shorts had a dramatic sell-off. The price went up. I am speculating this move as a whole, that big jump we had last night where we went up like 400 bucks. I believe that was actually, I think we went like 700 bucks at one time. I think it was just shorts covering. The longs are just stagnant. And that's really not good if you're bullish on the market right now. It just shows that the longs they bought back their coins they sold, so they could take profit. And honestly, it looks like they just re-entered. To be completely honest, it looks like they just re-entered the market. What is playing? Do you hear the words they're saying? Yeah. This music, what is going on? So let's go to our 5-minute chat. I'm telling you, this AggroCap short, this scalping tool, it's amazing. We talked about it. We talked about this. We've been showing it all chat. Or I'm sorry, all stream. We were talking about once this line broke, how great this scalping tool is. I mean, it's amazing. This music. Yeah, Aggro's killing it. You were 9 years old when this song came out? I didn't even know this was a song. Like, I just hear what she's saying and I'm just like, man. Okay. But what a signal. We've just been killing it. Oh, now we're back onto the cocaine music, chat. We're on a crazy playlist right now. Let's go to our 3-hour. Oh yeah. Even on this one right here, it doesn't look as impressive, but it's because we're on the 3 hour. You threw a buy at 10,650. You went all the way up to almost 11,000. This doesn't look like much, but seriously, it's a $300 call. 10,670. 10,970. Come to Miami? Hey, I'd like to. Good timing on the music shift. Yeah, Armaseed. I was like, man, am I hearing this stuff like correct? Oh God.
It's nice. It gives you a lot of pleasure. Do you know the feeling when you fuck on cocaine?
We're always back. I don't know how we get on the cocaine music every time. See what our scalper, dang, this is what I'm talking about, guys. So our V1 scalp, I'm sorry, our V2 1 minute scalper actually went off a little earlier. We got our short signal. So it looks like the V1 went off just above 10,003. This one actually went off at 10,330.
Do you know the feeling when
You had your good call here.
cocaine?
I mean, it's just, I mean, your short indicator here. This thing is just a scalping beast. I mean, really, to be completely honest, between using Market Cipher B and, you know, the AggroCap, it's just amazing between the V1 and V2. I mean, I haven't checked, but I wonder what it would be like if you just used the MACD with this. I don't know. Let's see if we could call this off. So the 1 minute, I don't really want to look at the 1 minute though, for a MACD perspective. What do we look like on Bybit's MACD? Well, there it was. Here on your 2 hour, you showed lower levels of bullish momentum. You can see it. Or I guess that's actually, yeah, that's actually building bearish momentum. Just trying to see if there was anything I was missing. You can kind of see the sell pressures building here. We're now taller than our prior waves. But this is something I want to bring up to you guys, okay? If we get this off, if you go to your 4 hour, look where we bounced right off. This is where our moving averages are. This is where we're having our convergence. We break below and we can curve these moving averages to the downside. We're going to have a nice move. But right now, I don't want to get too bearish until we can break under these moving averages on the 4 hour. For a scalp call, it's already been a great scalp, but I'm talking like back into this green box. I'm talking like a major move. We need to curve these to the downside, which is our 13 and our 34. How do you get aggro? Let's see here. Hey, are you here, Aggro Capital? He's our admin. Yeah, there you go. My computer, I'm not in the Ethernet cable right now, so but you know, with the indicator, you know, there's also other services. Like if you just, like we have our Patreon night, which if you get, you know, we have our, I think it's like $20. But you know, with the, sorry, my cat's going nuts. His girlfriend's outside and he's wanting to get his thing on tonight. It's so annoying. I might have to go get him and let him go outside to see his girl. But we have our Patreon night service. You know, our highest tiers where you get access to the, you know, the AggroCap indicator, but you also get all the other services that are in all the other tiers. Like our second tier, you get, I mean, Patreon is really for trying to transfer from just a buy and hold to scalping. You know, because that's what I do for a living. I've done it for 6 years. I've been full-time in crypto since January 17. And, you know, I've been in the stock market. The stock market's really where I learned and I got my base on how to trade from 2014, which is right when I left high school. I graduated in 2013, you know. But there's just a ton of services, and not only does the Patreon, you guys get a ton of services, because I day trade for a living. But you also get access to the Patreon night, which you would be considered. But that not only helps me keep the lights on, but you guys get a ton of that back. So we're going to be able to give competitions. You know, you guys, you know, we're going to do it in the Discord. We're going to come up with a way. You guys are going to vote what our competition should be like, and you get crypto rewards for that. So we can have friendly competitions in the community. But, you know, it's just the easiest way for me to be able to give incentive for you guys to participate in the games. And it's not just like a, you know, oh, good job, you know, pat on the back. GDP, I catch a small scalp hype. You graduated 2015? Nice. Man, my cat is going nuts. Swiggity swooty. GBP odd. Short. It's like we'll go and check it out here in a second. Bitcoin's really at a critical moment now. On the 4 hour, we are right above our moving averages. This is where we're having our cross here. If we don't get a bounce here and we can get these to curve down, oh, it's going to be on. I'm telling you, we're really going to get a nice dip. But for a scalp play, we're just going to go back to this. For a scalp play, this is on the V1, or we're on the V2 right now, so this needs to be used on the 1 minute. I mean, our scalp went off at 10,334. Or now we actually hit a bottom of 10,002, so exactly $100. And that's why this indicator is so useful. Not only if you guys have it, but sometimes it's hard for me to pass this information on fast enough, because by the time I can get this message typed out, you know, that's why I try to separate the scalping group from the normal trader group. Because if you look at a trade and it's 3 hours old, an hour old, sometimes it can already be done. You know, scalping is it's a trading, you know, that's why I really don't recommend scalp trading for new traders. Now granted, this does make it a lot easier. Let's look at our 5 minute. You can see, so our V2 1 minute scalper went off at 10,000. Oh, so they actually went off roughly about the same spot. I wonder if the V2 feeds into the V1. And this music is getting creepy. But just an insane call here. Wow. I might have to get up here in a second, guys. I might have to change. I might have to go open the door and let my dog out, or my cat outside. He is literally going insane right now. You close your scalp? Hey. Yeah, it's nice to get out and profit. You sound like Leon Vaughn. Can you change to lover? V2 went off about 2 minutes. Yeah, they did. They seemed to pop off about the same time. It's funny though, the moment V1 really popped to short, we literally started tanking almost instantly. So the scalp is played off beautifully. What we're waiting for next is to see our 4 hour here. We're basically converging here right above our our cross of our 13 and 34. And you have your 10 simple moving average here. So this is a great scalp. Now we actually want to see if this could be turned into a long play, you know, to get somewhere in this green box. So when you're scalping, especially, you know, if you do get the AggroCap, really pay attention to your higher time frames. Yes, you can use the lower time frames to trade, but guys, please use your daily, your 4 hour, you know, and I'll even go anywhere between the 1 and the 3 to check your moving averages. They're going to have more say on where you're going than, for say, if you just sit and just trade on the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 10 minute. You're going to really open yourself up. You know, you might get lucky a few times, but eventually it's going to bite and you're going to get hit hard. You know, that's one of the biggest lessons that took me a while to learn. And that, you know, you have to, you know, respect your higher time frames. I'm sorry, respect your lower time frames, but the lower time frames, but the higher time frames are going to they're really going to push you in the direction. They're going to have more say in where you go. When you close it, you know, just like market Cipher, you know, I don't think any indicator will give you a close. But yeah, it's definitely on your own trading strategy. But remember earlier today when we were above that green line, but market Cipher was pointing bearish? Okay, flip side. Let's say we were pointing bullish on market Cipher B, and we were sitting at 10,350 like we were earlier. Do you see how your sell line here is right above here? Because we still haven't flipped to a buy signal yet, so this short is still playing out. This has not changed since we started streaming. On your V1 5 minute, if we were holding that green line, we were looking bullish down here. Let's just say we were, hypothetically. I would honestly be respecting the 3 hour sell. And that's why we also emphasize just technical analysis, learning support and resistances, because that gives you your signal when to sell. So that's why I really like to show it. We haven't had a lot of time to do it today. I say we've had time, but there's been no reason to change these boxes. But use your support and your resistances for when you should cover or when you should take profit on your positions. But we're having some nice bounces off this support level. Your first support's going to be at 10,002. Anywhere between 9,800 and 10,100. More so between 98 and 10,000. You're going to be primed for a bounce at any point. So if you don't get into a short now, I'm not trying to promote FOMO or anything like that, but if you decide you want to take a short, it is much less risk to take it like how we were up in the threes than trying to take a short when we're already in this box. If you open a short and we're already in this, you're going to be primed for, you know, you could possibly be a little, you know what I mean? Your risk is going to be higher. You can tell every time we get into this box, more so the bottom, we seem to always have a bounce. But you can tell here on our 3 hour, we definitely are showing, you can see how many tops we have right across here. Granted, you're going to have crazy wicks above, but you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, my gosh, you have 10 touch points here. And that's roughly a 10,000, like 440. I just can't get over this scalper. It's absolutely amazing. Let's check market Cipher. I hopped out on that short and took profit. Hey, good job, Bit Boss. Can't lose money taking profit. But here's what we're watching on the 15-minute. I want to see, you can see our money flow. We're starting to turn a little red here. I want to see our RSI. We're now pointed down. I want to see how we react here. We're getting close to our support area, and it looks like we could be starting to form a lower wave. This is where scalp trading comes into play, guys. You had your short above 10.3. We've had a nice play to the downside. Let's see how far we go. We might have a long position. This is what scalp trading's about. Flip and flop. Check the 1 hour blue wave. Ah, yeah. I want to see how far this grows, though. I don't want to call this a trigger wave yet. But good catch, Gabe. We'll definitely take a little bit. Or we'll pay. I'm sorry. We'll pay attention to it. You said the price scale on the wrong site to see a bit. Let's see if I can see on my phone. Trying to see if I can see anything. Do you guys want me to remove the chat above my head? I can't see any of this, guys. Do you guys want me to remove the chat that sits above my head so you can see the price scale better? Let me know. If you want the chat that's above my head to be removed, just let me know. If you can't see the price scale. Alright, we're really falling now. 10,228. Oh, Little Bubble just came out with a new crypto song. My Little Ponzi. If you don't know who Little Bubble is, he writes a ton of crypto songs. What a call. And like now we're just, I want to see how we react to our support here. But man, it seriously was on point. Let's check our V2 1 minute scalper. Nice. They're both on par. The V1 5 minute and the V2 1 minute, just insanely accurate. But yeah, guys, we have a profit log section here in our Discord community. So if you guys, you know, when you guys have a good trade, put it in our profit log section so we can support you. We have a section where you can post your charts, your TA sections. You can, if crypto news, you know, it's just simply for news articles. We have tons of sections, and you know, different categories of stuff. See how we're looking on Bybit here. Alright, so what we're gonna do here, let's get out of this right here. See if we have a little bounce from here. How do we look from the regular? Yeah, we're not seeing much of a difference. Even though if we did, here on the 30-minute, maybe we can form a lower high here. Man, maybe form a trigger wave here. We'll see. The 1 hour looks like something's forming. We're hitting diamonds now, King. Dude, this thing's just been... literally, for scalp trading, it's insane. It really is insane for scalp trading. I mean, you saw it, guys. It's not like it's a delayed indicator. We watched this live time. You saw this indicator work. I mean... It's not like, you know, sometimes you can point like, oh, well, right here, we're right here. We literally watched this in live time. There's no fudging, you know what I mean? Seriously, this was all live. I need to go to the 5-minute though. It's an amazing indicator, I will say that. Also, Gene, check Discord general. Yeah, let me check. Go into our Discord real quick. So Bob, V1 is for the 5-minute and the 3-hour. This is the 5-minute. This is the call we've been watching all day. This literally, I mean, it literally called it. We watched it the entire stream. But if we go out of this, the V2 1-minute scalper, but I don't even know really what's the best scalper. They're honestly were so spot on. If you look, this is what it's looking like. So we threw on the 1 minute, we threw our short at roughly 10,334. This is on the 1 minute. This is the V2. So when you get AggroCap, you know, on the Patreon, you get the V1, the V2, and the V3, which is the wick catcher. But I really, you know, it's really solid. The ones I use the most are the V1 and the V2. If you're scalp trading, but I'm a scalp trader, guys. So, but see, you can look. I'm gonna go from one to the other. So this is the V2 1 minute. So this is the V2 1 minute. You threw a short at 10,336, and we hit just about 10,200. So this is the V2 1 minute. We'll go to the V2. This is the V1. This is the other one. And you have to go to the 5-minute. It's made to trade on the 5-minute and the 3-hour. You can see where it nailed this long call here. We went up roughly $140. We came back down. This is the line we watched. We watched this live on stream. We broke it. We threw a short signal immediately to the downside.
La proiezione mentale del tuo io digitale. Matrix.
But yeah, for sure, guys, let us know. Between whether you have Market Cipher B or you have your MACD and you just use the AggroCap scalper, it's amazing. I'm checking Discord now. All right, Uriel, we'll get you set up. Second, trading view. So, Uriel, if you are on or watching now, we're gonna, right after we go off stream, I will get your trading view username sent over and we'll get you activated. Okay? Hey, Wonderluster Bus 26. For sure, thank you, I appreciate it. But Uriel, if you are here, my own MC, sorry, my Discord's blowing up now. But I just wanted to reiterate, if you are watching Uriel, the moment we get off stream, you're gonna get set up with it. And so guess what? Now we can maybe possibly have a long play coming up. We have our short, we're sitting at resistance. I'm sorry, we had our short, we're sitting at support. Let's check the 15. Look what we're forming here. Look what we're forming here. The Patreon is really for turning into just a scalp. I mean, that's what I do for a living, is scalp trading. And granted, sometimes our scalp turns into longs, and we'll hold, you know what I mean? I mean, shoot, that's why we don't just, that's why everyone's like, well, what percentage do you sell at? I don't use percentages in my take profit. We use support and resistances. It's the best to me personally. So if we were to long here, so for instance, you can see, let's say we longed this bounce. I'm going to be looking to start being a seller somewhere near, okay, so support turns into resistance. You can see where we have these touch points across the bottom. So honestly, if we were to take a scalp, I would be looking to be a seller somewhere in between here and where the bottoms of these all meet up, which is right through here. If we were to take a scalp long from here, if you use support and resistances for your take profits, your cover, you know, whatever your positions is, whether it's your support, your resistances, you're going to be much better off. If you wait for percentage gains, it's really hard to control your greed with that, and sometimes you can be too conservative. So that's why that's why you see support, and I talk about support and resistances, or our Fibonacci retracements. That to me is the best areas to cover, take profit. You know, whatever your position is. What's up with this blood diamond? We have to make a new rule, no AggroCap during competitions. Yeah, for sure. Let's see here. Oh, Jublin as you said, amazing. Thank you, Uriel. Awesome. I just wanted to make sure you didn't think I forgot about you. It's just hard for me to look at my chat sometimes. While I'm live. But yeah, these trading competitions, guys, are going to be so much fun. And that's why I really, Patreon, it not only is a way you can help support me and you guys get a ton of services, but I get to give back to you guys. And if we can promote friendly competition, we're just going to better each other up. You know what I mean? Competition is the best way. I was an athlete, and when you have competition, especially when you have better traders, and let's say you're a new trader, but you're trading with a group of maybe guys that have been in the game longer, with you learning and bumming ideas and trading ideas with each other, you're going to grow as a trader. That's why we have all different types of traders in our community. Together, we will make each other better. I promise. So, we're going to start a poll in the chat. Which platform? I would prefer Bybit, but it doesn't matter, guys. Shoot. I guess Binance is kicking us all out. We'll figure out a competition. Once the Patreon gets going, we will start a poll in the community and we'll pick a cryptocurrency, whether it's Bitcoin. I would rather do Bybit, guys. But if you want to do like an altcoin where we'll sit and try to trade altcoins, I guess we could try. I would rather do coins that have a ton of liquidity, like Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. But we'll figure it out. It's whatever you guys want. So we're going to have it set up so you post the amount of Bitcoin that you're trading with. So you can't just deposit money and be like, oh, look at my trade. Like we're going to we'll figure out some rules for it. We'll get together. We'll figure out something. Man, she's dumping now. Alright, let's check our 4-hour moving averages. Whew. Getting lots of touch points on the top of this box. There seems to be pretty decent support at 10,060, 10,150. Lots of touch points on the top of this box. If you haven't covered already, I'd start getting curious. Remember, once you get in this box, we're already pumping now. We're already having a little bit of a jump. This is why we have these support boxes. We had our short call. This is where you want to cover. You're going to be in this area. You're going to be primed to bounce at any point. And you don't want to have a position that's big in profit and then you all of a sudden flip to neutral or you're down and you're waiting to break even. There's no worse feeling. That's why having these support and these resistances are so important. So anywhere between 10,150 and 10,002 Might not be a bad area to cover, guys. Even if we continue dropping a little bit much, the risk, you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see here. I want to see how these moving averages. You're 13 and you're 34. This is theoretically a bullish, indicator. More so because it's on the 4 hour. And we're right above our support box. And obviously we're respecting it because you have these touch points right here. Nope, ain't going to zero. But see, that's the thing I think a lot of people misinterpret Bitcoin. This is my personal opinion. I mean, if it was going to be a part of daily society, the price needs to be expensive so the volatility doesn't hurt it as much. But I don't really think it matters. Like how Bitcoin's current status is, I don't really think it matters if we're trading at 50,000, 10,000, $1,000, $100. I mean, if it's going to be the global currency and we're going to start using it massively, then yeah, the price needs to be up. It needs to be in the hundreds of thousands. That because volatility wouldn't hurt it as much. I don't know if we're going to hit $1 million per se, but I have to say though, I kind of have to agree with Crypto Face in a way. The dollar sign's going to be the new sign for Satoshi. See, I wouldn't be shocked. You know how everyone's coming up with all these like crazy price predictions? I would not be a bit surprised 5 years from now if Bitcoin is still trading at like $25,000, $30,000. That's just me. I don't know if I see Bitcoin going above 50,000. I mean, that would be awesome. Trust me, I want it to. But I'm a scalp trader. You know, I'm gonna trade it no matter what direction where we go. I'm gonna be here at 100,000. I'm gonna be here at 10,000, 1,000, or $100. I'm still going to be here trading it. But I could definitely see Bitcoin in the next 5 years still being below 50,000. Somewhere between 15 and like 30, 40,000. I'm a bit more conservative though. All right, we're getting a bounce here. Have you guys covered? Wake up, your first words from the coma. Did we have we mooned? Oh. So how are you guys doing on your shorts? Have you guys covered, or are you still holding for greener grass?
Let me tell you something about coke.
Oh shoot, we're back on our cocaine music.
It's nice. It gives you a lot of
Hey, we found the cocaine music again.
You know the feeling when you fuck on cocaine.
All right. Let's see. All right, 10,000.
Do you know the feeling when you fuck on cocaine?
Nope, never done it.
Cocaine.
Never done it. You're out? All right, Miguel's out. More mushroom music. Locked in 100. Hey, nice. Can't lose money taking profit, guys. I mean, honestly, we had a great short. We had a great short, guys. I just wanted to show you guys real time. I know I talk about, you know, AggroCap, the V1, the V2, but I wanted you guys to see this in real time. Like, we sat here this entire stream. We talked about our original green line. It was like at what? 10,000, like 320, 315. We watched it the entire stream. We'll actually get it right here. We watched this all stream. Remember how we were just sitting here chilling? And then all of a sudden, boom. We broke through the green line. We got confirmation. We threw our short signal immediately down to the downside. I mean, this was immediate. $100 plus drop. Wow. 10,128, chat. We're really plummeting now. We're really dropping. We're really getting some movement now. Oh. But this is you know, this is what AggroCap, you know, the V1, the V2 does. It's seriously an insane scalper. You're now over, this scalp position's now over, what are we at? $150 now on this scalp. And price move it down to the downside. That's just the 5 minute. Guess what? Your V2 called it as well. Your 1 minute right here. Boom. You had two indicators. You had your 5 minute V1 and your 1 minute V2. Called it beautifully. Seriously insane. And this is every day. You should have seen it yesterday. Boom, right here. You had your buy signal. We're getting a little bit data. But you had your short signal here. Major drop. You had your buy signal. You went up. It's just, the calls are just crazy. They really are. They're insanely accurate. Took another quarter in profits. You took profit. Hey, Dad's Fond. That's amazing. That is amazing. Well, good trade, guys. I'm glad we could do something successful together. But I just really, this is what this stream was about. I wanted you guys to see these indicators and like what I talk about, how I'm a scalp trader and this is what I do. This is the process about how I go about trading. The indicators that I use, how I look at market Cipher, how I use AggroCap V1, V2. I mean, seriously, the calls are just insane. Need to go to the 5 minute. They're insanely accurate. We're still dropping. Making corn, nice. That was fun. $80 scalp, yeah. That's what we do. That's what we do, gentlemen or ladies. If we have any ladies in the chat tonight. So I just didn't want you to think I was blowing smoke up your butt. This is what we do. You know, between Market Cipher and AggroCap, I seriously, I don't know any other better indicators. I really don't. just looking at our momentum indicator here. That 5 minute. Hey, remember when we were looking at the 5 minute, that possible trigger wave? Look how much that sucker filled in. You see that, chat? Look how red we're getting here. Damn, 10,100. We're really dropping. Yep. Yeah, they really do. It's a nice compliment. You missed your stream? Or the Russian? Yeah, we had a, I mean, still not over. We're still here. But no, we had a great trade or a great short as a group. We watched V1, the AggroCap V1, the V2 1 minute. We'll go back to it. We'll take a look at it again. We sat here all stream long, just patiently waiting. I kept emphasizing, it's 20% technical and 80% psychological. You have to curb the FOMO and control the greed. I'm telling you, I'm gonna trademark this one day. I promise you. If I get famous, I'm gonna. You know how people have a saying like, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but I'm gonna trademark that. Curb the FOMO and control the greed. We sat here patiently waiting. Patiently waiting. Boom, we threw our short. This is our V1 5 minute. We moved over to our V2 1 minute. You have to go to your 1 minute. Boom, look at that. We were sat here live, so this isn't just me just talking out my butt. This is seriously, like, we watched it live. We went through the processes of how to go about through the trade by checking either whether you have market Cipher or you have your MACD. You watch your momentum. Before we even started looking at these trade setups, we clearly identified from the moment we started our stream, you're showing falling bullish momentum. This is how I start every stream. If you haven't noticed yet, I start every stream by watching our bullish momentum or our bearish. I basically look at the MACD or market Cipher B, whatever you have. Every stream will always be the same. Before you ever enter a trade, you need to identify the environment you're trading in, and then after you identify your environment, you see a trade setup, you have to have a plan. We identified our plan as you would want to cover somewhere in this box, whether it's our first little short-term support at 10,002 or it's this green box, whatever came first. This is going to be the prime area that you are going to reverse. You're either going to continue. There's a lot more risk opening up a short right now in this box than when we were up here. And I just noticed this on the 2 hour. Whoever said we're forming a Bart Simpson, you're definitely right. It looks like we are trying to form a Bart here. If you're not familiar with this pattern, it's where you go like this, and then we usually come. And so the Bart, I've noticed, they usually go to the bottom of the left shoulder. And so that would actually put us near the bottom of this box. So I swear, somebody not only called the Bart, they said they had a limit order for like 9,009. You're spot on. I don't know who it was in the chat, but someone said it. But this is a Bart. Just to give you an idea. You have your head. This is the left part. This is his left side of his head. Even though it looks like he has like a... what would you call it? An antenna. Looks like he has like an antenna on the side of his head. But generally, these patterns on these Bart Simpsons, they like to go to the left shoulder. And that just happens to be at the bottom of our box. So we have something to watch for. We got a lot of great traders here. Yeah, Bob. That's a great catch, Bob. I mean, seriously, that's right at the bottom of this box. If this is going to form into a Bart, which, guys, let's see if we can find any other is look left. If you ever want to find supports or resistances, look left. You can see the bottom of our box is clear with these touch points across the bottom. So I feel very confident about this bottom support box. Which one are we on right now? Yeah, this is the 1 minute only, guys, so don't look. It's just because we're going through the different time frames. These are built for specific ones. Like the V2, this is the 1 minute. That's why if I was over here, it looks like it just completely blew a call. That's not the case. This is built for the 1 minute. You can actually see it over here. So if you do end up getting the AggroCap indicator, it will tell you over here. It'll tell you the time frame to use. Like, so I don't know if you can see it. This is your V2 1 minute. Or no, I'm sorry. This is your V2 1 minute. This is where it was built on. This is our scalper. It tells you right here, 1 minute. If you want to get use the V1, you'll click the V. It says 3 hour and the 5 minutes. So you'd go and switch to your 5. Which we are doing some testing to see, because the 15 minute seems to be kind of spot on. We have some back testing to do. But you can see 5 minute called it nicely. Really has. And this dang, look at this beast over here. The darn 3 hour? We're talking about scalping, right? This called the dump at 6,000 beautifully. Because when we were up here, if you see, we have these touch points on the bottom. This box was originally green. When you break support, it becomes resistance. Right when we broke it, boom, you throw your short signal on the 3 hour, which is great for the more longer term drops. What's our price at now? 10,150? And it would be the same process of what we just went through in our chat. Looks more like a cat. But man, it's been a good trade today, guys. I'm really glad all of you got to see, how we go about, trading, how these algorithms, how the indicators work, the mindset of how you go about. You gotta, I mean, seriously. It's like when you're trading, it's like you're in a scary alleyway. You got to keep looking behind your shoulder. You have to look left. You have to look right, behind you, ahead of you. You have to be looking at all corners because, you got to be careful. That's why we look at our moving averages. We identify our environment. You check your support, your resistances. You check your MACD, your momentum indicator. How are you looking? Are you falling on the bull side? Are you falling on the bear side? How's your supports looking? Where's your moving averages? And that's what, that's what we're about. How to take all this information and to crunch it into a trade setup that has the least amount of risk, but the most amount of reward. I need to get it to where it gives me, it lets me get updates for you guys on YouTube. But Lumos Maxima and Rogueman on Twitch. Yeah, I think I said that right, Rogueman. Thank you for the follow. And I know I can see it from here. So Kyle L, Ivan, ACR, ACP, I guess those were a little older. But guys, thank you all for the new follows between Twitch and YouTube. I appreciate all of you guys being here. And I'm glad, we were able to hang out, see how the process of trading works. I know we talk about live trading all the time, but man, I don't, not to sound bad, but I don't want to go against my principles to provide entertainment and possibly get wrecked. I'm gonna, being live is not only to help you guys learn, to hang out with each other and look at trade setups, but it's to go through the mindset of trading exactly like we did today. So I hope you guys were able to see how I go about trading. You know, I know a lot of people can blow smoke up your butt and they say this and this, and I know this is just one trade, but if you've been on, you know, I know that Twitch kind of blew up a little earlier than YouTube. You know, I want to say we're like 4 for 4, 5 for 5 now. And there's sometimes we've been right, I just don't enter trades. I end up talking to you guys and I just miss out. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm set up on my long account. This is just my streamer's account, so I'm not too worried about it. 10,150. Yeah, kind of invalidated this possible trigger wave. How do you like to exit out of a trade? If I'm scalping, I'm going to get out all at once. I mean, sometimes I'll take half and then I'll take another half. It really just depends on the trade. Are you going to make more traditional markets? I want to try to say your name right. Hibox or Hiboix? Hibox? What does that mean? Like, are you going to make more like traditional market trades? I mean, I look at your guys' stocks. I'll look at anything for you. No, but generally if I'm scalping, I want to get in, I want to get out, and I want to start planning for the next trade. Something like this, maybe in a lot of instances, I would have taken half at 10.2, and I would be holding the other half for now. I mean, no, I don't trade the traditional markets anymore. Now, granted, I have moved some funds over to the stock market for the upcoming volatility. I believe in the next... possibly in the next 6 months, we could be starting the beginning stages of a recession. This is very futuristic though, guys. But no, I'm full-time cryptocurrency right now. I've been full-time cryptocurrency since January 2017. Sometimes I'll dabble. I'll get into the, what do you call it? The gold. I like to invest in gold and silver sometimes. But no, I have been full-time cryptocurrency day trading like a madman since January 2017. What platform do you use? I use honestly, I use TD Ameritrade. They have a lot of liquidity. They have good customer support, and I think they actually just lowered their fees too. I don't do Forex trading. I won't lie. I tried Forex trading. It wasn't bad. I saw all my friends get wrecked. I had a lot of people that I respected as traders. They'd go into the Forex market, and they would get wrecked. So no, I don't touch Forex as much. But no, for like stocks, gold, stuff like that, I would recommend TD Ameritrade, or if you're a more small account and you're just wanting to learn, my next one would be Robinhood. Robinhood's they're an up and coming. They're not too bad. Now I have heard some issues with Robinhood. Is there a way to buy silver or gold with crypto? Honestly, I'm not sure. I am not sure. I need to double check. Does Prime XBT? Their commercial kind of scared me about how they're yelling at all their customers to use a 100x leverage, or you know how they're always yelling at you through the commercial. Does Prime XBT offer it through gold? Yeah. Well, hey, you know, hopefully we'll be able to earn that back for you. But, you know, especially if you're new to crypto, guys, if you're sending money to other wallets, I know it might seem like I'm a crackhead, like you saw me this morning when I bought my Kratom with Bitcoin. I'm going to read those numbers. So, generally, I will triple check to make sure. Bitcoin wallet. Litecoin wallet, and then I like to verify the first 4 or the first 5, and then the last 4 or the last 5, if that makes sense. Yeah, silver and gold, you should be able to buy those on Robinhood. So the thing with this is, guys, I do have it on the Patreon. But if you guys do end up, so there's different tiers, whether you just want, like, you know, trading help, or you actually want the indicators. You can check it out on the Patreon link in the description. But if you do end up getting it, it should be in the description. But you have to send me your or AggroCap. You have to send us your TradingView username, so we can activate it for you. It's usually really quick, like bam bam, we get it to you. So, but I really wanted to show you this indicator in live action tonight. You know, did you guys, I mean, was there any questions that you had, you know, with this indicator or any indicator, market Cipher? I just want to make sure I was pretty thorough in how we were going about the process of trading, looking at your time frames. I mean, what did you guys think? Is there things I should emphasize a little on? Is there you know what I mean? I do this stuff for you guys, so I try to repeat myself without, you know, sounding, you know, repetitive, if that makes sense. Repeating the same stuff over and over and over. But I want to make sure I was thorough in how I was explaining the trading process, like identifying your environment, setting up your support and your resistances. Like, what did, you know, let me know, guys. I want to make sure everything was good. I agree too, AggroCapital. I fully agree. But if there is certain things you guys feel like I could improve on, like, you know, not like trading wise, I mean, unless you have anything, but more so on how I show you guys and represent it to you. I try to be as thorough on my trading process as possible. Because don't FOMO into that 500%. Yeah. That would be a bad investment. Yeah, for sure. For sure. See, I've had a lot of people lately tell me that silver, I should be getting into silver, and I'm just like, we looked at it on the chart. I think it was last night we looked at gold. Maybe you can hide all chat and stream. Like, are you talking about the chat above my head? I asked you guys earlier in the stream if you wanted me to remove it. Like I said, I always put you guys first. I try to, you know... Damn, I'm scared. The MC4 hours pointing for a short, and we've tested the S1. Could be coming. Oh, it's possible. I mean, I can go over here. Let's see here. I'll see if I can get rid of the chat above my head. Streamlabs had some stupid update, and it is just... It's not how I remember everything being. We'll wait for that to load in a second. Awesome. I appreciate it, Dad's Fawn. I appreciate it, guys. See if I can get rid of this. Whoa. That is trippy. I thought I had virtual reality glasses on there for a second. Alright, chat box. it still there? I think it's still there. I feel like I could still see it. Let's check that out. Let me know if it's in the chats though. I'm looking on YouTube on my own phone. It's still there? Yeah, I don't know. You saw me. I clicked it off. Yep. Yeah, I try to calm the crowd down a little bit. But yeah, I appreciate all you guys being here tonight. That thing is still there. It's trippy. Let's see if I can get rid of this. Let me hide it. Yeah. I'm getting tripped out. It's posting it 3 times in my face right here, and Here. Let's try that. Seriously, it'll pop up and I see 3. It's kind of like when you put your virtual reality glasses on and like you see like 2 or 3 of everything on each side. It's like really... It's still there. I have no idea why it's still there though, guys. You saw me delete it. We'll get this figured out. Me and AggroCap have some work to do outside of stream. So I'm gonna have something. So like, especially if someone joins the Patreon or I get a new subscriber, it's gonna pop on screen and let me know. We have some updates we're gonna do to the stream. You know, it's all about improving it for you guys. Blue one is gonna be gray. Still there. Yeah, you saw me delete it, chat. You saw me delete it. I don't understand how it's still. And I don't really know. Let's see. Edit. Live. We'll figure it out. We have some work to do outside of streaming. I'll see what I can do to get it fixed. I'm scared to push too many buttons because it may kick us out. Oh yeah. It feels like a weightlift that I can be long and short at the same time. Well, hey, you can't lose money if you hedge your own position. You just won't make any, but you'll never be wrong. That's funny though. Alright, so we're in our support box now. Let's see if we get a reversal. Let's see if we get a reversal here. Exactly. Did you see I mean, I'm about to be kicked out of Binance here in about what, 10 days? Okay, I'm gonna get back to that on a second. So if we trade altcoins, chat, what's the competition what exchange are we gonna have to hold the competition in? We're getting kicked out of Binance here soon. So if we do a competition that's not on Bybit, what exchange should we use? Because I normally would say Binance, but I'm about to be kicked off there, I think September 10th. But I saw Binance now, they have a lending platform. You can make KuCoin? That's what I was thinking. Binance now has a program where you can you make an annual interest if you lend your why are you getting kicked off Binance? I'm a US citizen. If you didn't hear yet, Bob, the US, we're getting kicked out of Binance about the second week of September. I don't know when their US platform's going to be out. Maybe it's already out. I haven't traded altcoins in a minute. BitConnect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like KuCoin. Yeah, we'll have to check it out. I actually do have a KuCoin account. I just haven't verified myself yet. BitConnect. Oh, dude, I have BitConnect crypto music on my YouTube playlist. Yeah, what was it? What's it like, a KYC coin? Or they have a coin. I can't think of the name of it. It's super oversold right now. It's super cheap. It was really expensive like last year, and it's just gone nowhere but down. You saw the margin news? Wonder if it pays more than Celsius? I don't know. See, everyone's asking me, they're like, oh, well, why don't you do your, you know, where you basically put in your coins and you make an annual interest? It's so easy to make money trading. There's really, I mean, I'm sorry, but even if I made 10% annual interest a year, it's going to be pennies on the dollar. It's going to be pennies to what I'm making trading. You know what I mean? And honestly, I'm not trying to say I doubt cryptocurrency, but like, okay, I hold BNB. Let's say I make 15% interest a year on whatever I'm gonna make, or I'm sorry, of whatever amount I hold. Well, if if the volatility is anything like how it's been the last year, what's if BNB goes to $5? That 15% is gonna mean nothing. Yeah, for sure. I get that, Bob. Shoot, sometimes I still don't know if I can trust Binance. I don't know how to feel about CZ. I don't know if he's shady, but I wish he would fix his IC or his what do you call it? An IEO. I wish he would fix his IEOs. But no. It's curious. I want to see how long I've been live. Some exchanges use real fiat pairings where others use Tether. So dang. Okay, so I'm gonna, let's see, 7, 10. All right, I'm gonna get to the YouTube ones, but to Mad Money Mike 1, Score Your Goals, Slick Plead, Soren, I'm really sorry if I mispronounce these guys. Soren and RPM, Rogueman, Lumos Maxima. That sounds like a car. Thank you guys for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate all of the new followers tonight. We're almost up to 100 on Twitch now, guys. That's awesome. Are you gonna do a 5 a.m. tomorrow? That's what I was getting at, dads. I hate to be that guy. I don't really know if I want to call it a stream yet, but we already had a great trade here. I'm really wondering if I should get some sleep and we can catch this when Asia hands us the market again in the morning. We had a great scalp trade. And honestly, I know if I keep streaming till 1 a.m., I'm gonna sleep until 9 in the morning. What's up, Connie Savage? How you doing? And of course, even if I did, you know, I'm always on Discord. We have our Discord's grown nicely. We have so many great traders on Discord and community members. I'm so excited, you know, with the Patreon that we're going to be able to actually give back to you guys with competitions. I am so pumped for it. Especially with these streams where we're just hanging out together, we're nailing trades. The problem is if we're all using AggroCap, our trade, we're gonna literally be fighting each other for dollars. Someone's gonna win. Oh, if I shorted at 10,003, well, you guys, if you were using the V2 1 minute, you jumped in at 10,330. It's gonna be a really tight competition. It's gonna get really tight there. But it's been a really, really good stream, guys. I am so happy that we got to go through an actual trade. I've gone through them on Twitch, but, you know, especially with our new YouTube members, I didn't want you to think that I'm just sitting here blowing smoke. Oh, I've done this. You know, that's why I wanted to be thorough on the trade process, how to go about starting your trades. Before you ever even think about starting a trade, you need to identify your environment you're trading in. That is so important. I mean, if there's one thing you get from this, you have to identify the environment you're trading in. I've noticed there's a lot of people that have came in and they're like, oh, can you check the 3 minute or the 6 minute? Yes, definitely, we'll look at those. But you gotta use your, there's not an issue. You're gonna be fine trading on the shorter time frames if they're coinciding with your longer time frames. If you look at your daily, your 4 hour, your 2, your 1 hour, and they're coinciding with your short term time frames, yes, then you can definitely trade on the lower time frames. But if you are coinciding each other, you're condescending each other, your higher time frames are saying something, you can get burned using the lower time frames. So, you know, identify your environment, set up your support and your resistances so you have an idea of where you want to cover, similar to like what we did tonight. You know, we entered a short above 10,003, and, you know, our short area was between our green line, which was 10,002, and then our box. We're on the daily, so you can't really see it. There you go. This green box, you're going to be primed to flip to the upside or dramatically down. There's an inherent amount of risk in this green box if you missed it up here. You know, we watched. If we go to our 5 minute, we sat here, we patiently watched. I know a lot of people were like, oh, well, why are you not jumping in? You know, I hope it made sense. You want to wait for confirmation. We could have very easily, I mean, if you looked at Market Cipher on the 5 minute, you could have taken this call. Could you imagine seeing this? This is bullish. You take a long, look what would have happened. If you would have prematurely jumped into a long, and in reality, you made a lower high in momentum. You just barely peeked your head up to the upside, and then boom, you face planted. You know, we went from the V1 5 minute and 3 hour to the V2 1 minute. You know, I'll flip this to you one more time. You can see we were here all stream. We sat here just consolidating. I was cracking jokes that I can make Bitcoin do nothing. I just have that magic. I can do that to any asset. The moment we start looking at it and we try to trade, I can make it go stagnant. We were joking. We popped our short. We showed our divergence here. Or it was not a divergence, but you showed a lower high in bullish momentum. So we have our confirmation here. We had a confirmation here. Boom, you enter. If you get off the V1, even if you checked your V2, which is it's really the scalper. It's your 1 minute. You can't get much of a scalper more than using the 1 minute time frames. Once again, sitting here just chilling. You got a bit of a fake out here. You can see it on the 1 minute as well. You showed a lower high in bearish momentum. You started to get a slight rise, and then guess what? Boom, you got your short signal at 10,320. Hey, you're good, Kryptonic. For sure. If you're trading on the 5 minute, what time frame would you recommend for short-term reference as the environment? To your question, Bob, it doesn't matter what time frame, whether you're on the 5 or the 15. Go from your daily. So look at your daily. Go to your 4 hour. And then go to your 1 hour. That's a very safe bet. That's a very safe bet. If you're wanting to identify your environment, I'm going to move these off because they're irrelevant. If you're wanting to identify your environment, it shouldn't matter what time frame you're using. Whether it's the 5 minute, the 10 minute. I saw people in here saying they use the 3 and the 6 minute and the 9 minute. You know, that's not my trading strategy, but hey, whatever works for you guys. Everybody's different. Doesn't matter what time frame, whether it's the 5, the 3, the 6, the 9, whatever. Use your daily. Use your 4 hour. I mean, I honestly go all the way down. When we do our streams, I go from the daily, the 4 hour, the 3, the 2, and the 1. But if you wanted to, you could just use your daily, 4 hour, and then 1 hour. And you'd be good. You'd be good. So you bought inside the green zone? No. Nope, definitely not. Since we were in a short, this is the area. It is a support zone, but that doesn't mean we're in a buy. The reason being is this is the area that you would look. So generally when you short, you want to cover your short position to take profit in your buy, not in your buy zone, but your support zone. All right? Just like if we went long. Let's say we were pointing long. Let's say this never happened and we were just right here. We were showing this. Let's say we were showing bullish convergence or divergence, whatever you want to call it. You have your lower wave of bearish momentum. Let's say, just exit this out. Pretend it's not there. Let's say we longed here. We would be looking to cover somewhere in this red box. When we were at these levels, of course. So use your resistance levels as areas to take profit. If you're shorting, use your support box for areas to cover. Does that make sense? Yeah, if you trade on the 5 minute, I recommend AggroCap. Well, yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Ugh. Alright guys, get ready for an amazing cup of coffee stream tomorrow. I'm gonna, being that it's 11 o'clock, I'm gonna set my alarm for, I'm gonna immediately pretty much go and take, knowing me, I'm gonna go take Benadryl and melatonin immediately after getting off, and Bitcoin's gonna start tanking or pumping like crazy. It seems to do that when I go off. But prepare for a cup of coffee stream in the morning. Even if Bitcoin already makes the move, we're gonna go ahead and get it off anyway. So prepare to see me first thing in the morning. I'm gonna set my alarm for about 6 a.m. Yeah, Varmint, we've been live for over 4 hours. You know, we're gonna have a cup of coffee stream pretty early in the morning tomorrow. If you haven't joined our Discord, we post charts. We have an amazing community. We just have so much to offer. I'm really excited. Here soon with the Patreon, we're going to get trading competitions started. You know, so there's a lot of great things ahead for our community. But to sum up Bitcoin, guys, you have your support. You know, you have support levels between, I mean, honestly, it's about 99. Let's get our 4 hour up. So you're going to have pretty decent support here from roughly at about 9,900 to about 10,100. This is going to be your area. You're going to be primed for a bounce at any point. For me, though, Let's zoom out this a little bit. Get this pulled out here. Alright, just trying to make sure there wasn't anything I was missing. So for me, this box out. If I was looking to short, I definitely would not be trying to short inside this green box, guys. Definitely would not be. Any person that's tried shorting in this box has gotten wrecked. You can even see if you follow the dotted line, you can see the bounces here. You have freak bounces below it, you go back up. Freak bounces below it, go back up. You get back in the box, you go back up. If you have not already shorted, I definitely would not be opening shorts right now. It's not financial advice, but you know the drill. We've talked about it all stream. This is your area to cover, not to start another short. But 9,900, or yeah, 9,900 to about 10,100. That's your support zone. This box right here needs to actually be pulled down, because you can see the reason I'm pulling this box down is because of this. Do you see how we have these touch points directly right under it? And then we have these other touch points right here. This is how you come up with your resistances, guys. You see all these touch points right at the bottom of this box? More touch points right in the same zone right here. More touch points right in here. There's going to be pretty decent resistance between 10,450 and 10,600. If we can close a 4-hour candle above 10,006, it might be worth a long position, but we'll be around for that, guys. I don't think we're going to hit that tonight. So we'll get to it if we get that high. But for now, the lowest risk short entry would be if you could maybe close a 4-hour candle below 9,900. I mean, preferably, let's get this out. I mean, honestly, for me, I would want to open a short below 9,000. If we can, or not 9,000, 9,800. That's just me being, but I'm conservative, because you know what I'm waiting for, chat. Wow, now we're on ecstasy. So many, music's getting creepy. But you know what I'm waiting for, chat. You have your support zone. This is on the daily time frames. Your EMA 100 is right here. It's sitting right at 9,600. You know that, if we've talked about it all stream, I'm going to get this off. This bull run as a whole. I don't know why this thing got zoomed in so much all of a sudden. 9,100. 600. This is what's going to hold the bull run intact. The moment we close the daily under this, I'm going super heavy into a short position. The way you find common areas, just because I'm going to get to this last question, the ways you find support and resistance is you want to see consistent touch points. Like this can honestly be pulled down. I got to get this song off because it's creeping me out. You can see these touch points right here at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's about 9,850. And then you can see on here, on our top box, you have touch points here on the bottom, all across the bottom here. Obviously not here, but you can tell we respect it. And it looks like here on our 4-hour, our EMA 100, you can tell it's what's holding us down. It's this Tron blue. But I'm getting pretty hot. I'm getting pretty tired, and this music's really creeping me out. So once again, guys, I appreciate all of you being here. Everyone between and seeing how sharp, yeah. But I'm gonna get some sleep. We had a great trade. I hope you guys found this educational. I hope I kept you somewhat entertained. We went through the whole entire, going through the process of entering, speculating on trades. So I hope you guys found some, I hope you found the stream useful. But I'm gonna go get some sleep, and I gotta change this music. And probably, let's see what playlist this is on, because I want to make sure to never listen to this again. Creepy. Alright guys, so as you know, I am a huge Chiefs fan. So we don't listen to rap music or anything, but I am a huge Kansas City Chiefs fan. So we always end on this song. Pretty much every, I've been waiting for NFL season to start all year long. So yeah, I'm going to drink some water, stay hydrated. I will see you guys first thing. I will let you know in the Discord. I'm not going to, our cup of coffee streams are guaranteed to start before, 11 a.m. Eastern time, but it's just because all of our streams, generally we don't even get off till 2 a.m. That's why I've been pushing my streams a bit earlier so we can get off. So, because I really like to see when we hand Asia the market at like 8 o'clock, and then when Asia hands us back the market at like 5, 6 in the morning. So my goal is to be live by 8 a.m. tomorrow. But once again, I will keep you updated with charts, any kind of changes. Feel free, post your charts. Check out our Discord. If you're in the Twitch, look at the panels down below. If you're on YouTube, click the description. You'll see it down there. But, once again, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate, once again, none of this would be possible without you. But I will see you guys first thing in the morning. Let's get this music turned up. Go Chiefs! Or not. There we go.
Tech, Nina! Kansas City! You ready?
Night, guys.
You ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Welcome to the Red Kingdom! Yeah!
I think my stream ending stream went away. Who knows?
Yeah! Red Kingdom! Welcome to the place where we run it. Place really haunted by number 58 is DT the Great, and we flaunt it. Hate and we shun it. No competition, the opposition fake. I don't think they really want it. Loud is the recipe. Loud sitting next to me, no doubt. Now we are proud that we get to see KC Chiefs come and break these geeks, make them taste these.
So it looks like my stream ending slide was somehow deleted.
Lovers got some other beast. Bring them.
Have a good night, everyone. I'll get it fixed. I have no idea how it's deleted.
Ball in my city live, but I find a